Hi guys, welcome back to the Reupload podcast. I'm your host Sam Frazer, and today I got my brothers, my brother Will and my brother JT.
Let's go.
So boys, let's talk about the early days. So
Let's get into it.
So me and Will, obviously, we're brothers, like actual brothers, and we call Jake. Jake's pretty much a brother. He celebrates Christmas with us. He's just there.
At our house.
He would just be at our house. We wouldn't even ask him to be over. He would just be there.
Yeah, I'm around too much.
Do you remember? God, would have been what, like 10, 11, 12, probably even longer than that when we first met.
Easily, definitely.
Gonna go into it. Do you remember anything of like when we first met?
A little bit. It was more of a younger age and through family and stuff. But as we got older, sort of grew closer and became better friends. And
100%, mate. No.
Yeah, definitely.
No, Jake's honestly. If you guys don't know who Jake is, he's one of the sickest cunts you're ever gonna meet. He's always, he is. Like you call
I'm getting gassed up.
You call the guy, no fucking, and he'll be there like at all times. He's a good bloke.
I'm your man.
He is the man.
The top carpenter.
Exactly. So
I've come straight from work straight into this podcast.
let's go. Well, since we talked about carpentry, let's go into just talk about high school. You did high school. You can mention where you went to high school if you want to.
Yeah,
and then go into how you started doing a trade.
Yeah, so I went to Morris Pagewood and sort of wasn't my thing. I was sort of just playing footy and messing about for a bit, and then sort of looked into the trade a little bit and started my work experience with a family friend, and I just didn't want to go back. I was fresh getting my P's, and I finished my work experience, and the boss offered me a job, and he said, if you want to come and work with me, let me know. And I thought, no, it's not my thing. Maybe I'll just go to uni or do something. But a few weeks later, I ended up taking off his offer and started my apprenticeship with him, and I've never looked back since. I sort of fell in love with the trade, and now I'm 20 and qualified. So it all
Good on him. He just did it this year. So congrats, by the way.
Yeah, I finished the apprenticeship this year, and it was a very rough 4 years of 5 a.m. wake ups every morning, and doing all the coffee runs and the clean up duties for a few years. But you sort of work your way up, and new apprentices come along the way, and you just sort of, everything comes together.
100%. No, what about if you look back now, what do you think about maybe uni was the right option for you? I'm not saying it was, but have you thought back maybe I could have done that and bludged, and you see how much I go out and how much of a life I have.
Yeah.
Have you thought about it? Or do you think about it?
I definitely got a bit of a taste of the money, and I think that's what kind of hooked me straight away. And I like working with my hands, so it was half the reason I left high school is because I couldn't sit still for more than
fair enough.
half an hour without getting up and actually doing something. So it was a really good thing staying physical all day long and working with my hands. And I had a thing for this finished product, and I like seeing things being finished and your hard work going into something, and especially somebody's home. So
100%.
I found carpentry really interesting. I couldn't see myself being a plumber or a sparky, I think.
Oh, fucking being a plumber. Fucking cleaning toilets today or some shit. It's disgusting.
Definitely wasn't for me.
Drain full of shit.
Oh, mate, I couldn't. You hear about kids dropped out from Waverley and stuff, and they're like, oh, mate, I'm going to do a plumber. There's one kid who does it, won't say names. But some people know who it is because he's the only plumber that went to Waverley. He goes all through U12 and then goes to be a plumber. And I hear about it and I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? I guess you do whatever you want at the end of the day.
Each to their own, exactly. And everyone comes up with different things that they might like and different opportunities, but I definitely couldn't be dealing with shit. I got a weak stomach at the best of times. So
no, it's insane. Jake would tell us about the hours he's worked that week, and it's fucked. So none of you who work in the pub, I can't even myself complain about what hard work is, because you're not on your ass, you're not complaining about back pain for the next 3 days, and then you wake up at 6:45 the next morning and you don't leave until 3 o'clock the next day.
Mate, the day starts there.
Oh mate, it's
I'm
insane.
up at about 5 and crack on from there.
Oh mate, it's insane.
Yeah.
So would you say, what about TAFE? Did you have a good experience at TAFE?
Oh, you know what? TAFE was unreal because it was a day off in the week that, you get a bit of a break from on site, and you get to catch up with all the boys. They're all in the same pathway, same journey as you, and they're all going through the exact same shit as you. So you get along with your TAFE boys pretty well, I find. So they're all around your same age. But then again, we had a few boys, one of our boys in our class was, near 40. So
oh, really?
Youngest being about probably 17, 18 to about 40. And we all got along really well. Everyone's on the same money, going through the same shit. Same everything. So it was just more of a social aspect going to TAFE. You didn't really learn much. All your learnings all your learning's really on site and, you know, making mistakes.
Yeah.
And everything like that. But TAFE was more of a, you know, your day to socialise and, you know, gather together and discuss what shit work you're doing at work and, you know, good, bad, money-wise. It was good to sort of compare what the other boys were going through, and it made you feel a bit better thinking like, fuck, I'm doing this 4-year apprenticeship that's, you know, really, really hard.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
And everybody else in your group's going through it too. So, you know, you sort of just think, oh, well, these guys are going through it, so I'll be fine.
Yeah, fair. Well, it's good you got at least like sort of, I wouldn't say unique experience, but you still had like those classes. You still got to make those relationships and stuff with kids, you know, or majority kids your age, you know. That's good.
Definitely.
And William.
Yes, Samuel.
So, if you don't know, Will has just finished Year 12. Congrats.
Let's go.
We're all looking forward to see the ATAR. We made this bet, so some of you might know this. Some of my mates have told you this. If Will beats my ATAR, which was a 53, I'll give him $1,000.
Oh.
Yeah, but like he studied for like what, the whole year?
Oh, I worked hard.
I didn't pick a book up for the whole year.
So it'll be better if he does.
Oh, I know. That's why I said $1,000. I think it's hilarious if it happens.
I will have out of all my exams like after 2 hours. So
what's funny?
if I bet you, that's embarrassing.
Tell you the funniest thing. I get my marks and all that. Disneyland in LA. We're gonna be in Hawaii, and he's gonna get his marks.
Yeah, but like Disneyland is like meant to be the happiest place.
Oh, it was not for me. Have I told you that story?
Yeah, I did know about that.
So you guys don't know, they opened up the new Star Wars world they had. It was that year, and I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I was like, Mum was like, surprised me with like this little bar thing. We go and I have this drink, put me on the shitter for some reason, and I get this text, your HC marks. I was like, you know what, not too bad.
Yeah.
Then we go through the day. It comes in maybe night time. What do you think? 8 maybe?
No, it would have been 8. Yeah,
8 o'clock. Let's say at night. And I got these initial marks probably 8. It was about 12 hours later.
Yeah.
I get it. I see this one mark that says 7. I see this number that says 7. I'm like, okay, there we go. Got an UTS. See it. And then I open up. I'm like 53. And I'm like, fuck. At this point, I had not cried maybe like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm crying. I'm like, what the fuck? Obviously, I'm all good now. And probably the best thing that happened to me to get the 53.
Definitely.
Made me work harder. But like, at the end of the day, you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
You live and you learn.
It was right after my exchange as well.
Oh, it was. You want to talk? Why didn't I not put that down on this?
For like a week, saying, and then you get your mark and.
Oh mate, it's cooked. How do you feel? Firstly, we'll go back in the Year 12 experience. How was it being were you the first year?
I mean, we had the first.
You're the first year of the COVID year 11 and 12.
We had it, but it was earlier. We had it through like the whole term 3.
Yeah.
So no trials. Like trials were online. And then HSC, like we didn't have school from like we had term 2. Had our formal in June, which we were all like, oh, why would you have a formal in June? And then when we got into lockdown, we're like, oh, it's like sort of worked out.
You got lucky, you know, you're very lucky. Like,
and then we didn't go back until like HSC. And like, so it was a weird year. Missed out on a lot of the activities Year 12 do. So
yeah. No, it sucks. Like, and I feel so bad for everybody that did that. So, you know, shout out to everybody that, you know, experienced that pain. Even us uni kids, you know, we still haven't experienced anything, you know. You're having some kids who were telling me, I was spoken to a mate the other day, he's like, I've only been in, even the start of the semester, once the COVID restrictions like came away, only been in for what, let's say, total of 2 years, 6 weeks.
Yeah,
but
ridiculous. Like, this year, like, I guess like Year 12 had it worse.
Oh no, you had it worse. Like
people missed out on 18s.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, 18s.
Graduations like
formal,
next year now.
Schoolies, Schoolies, the kids in Byron at the moment who are getting.
Schoolies got pushed back. Usually get like a really long break after HSC. It's like just like a normal school holidays. Like my last exam was like during the first day of school holidays. So
The big question that I thought I had, obviously we all have different experiences of this, is the Schoolies experience. So obviously, some of you might know, I went to America and met my brother, who was on an exchange program. And then the 2 blokes right here, Will went to Byron, which every Eastern Suburb kids does. And Jake did to Fiji, which doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, no.
You don't hear it.
I mean, a lot of the Morris kids do go to Fiji.
Really?
Like, my mates were meant to go there from Morris as well.
Well, obviously, because of COVID, they couldn't come. Couldn't go.
Yeah.
You know, talk about your experience. I don't know. Did you would you say it was a good week? Was it worth it?
I'd say it was the best week of my life, to be honest. I think it was. I think it was the best, and it was so hyped up from the start. So we had booked it for, I think about a year and a bit, even 2 years almost in advance, and I booked it whilst I was still in school, and then obviously I dropped out, so I was a bit of a toolie, and yeah. So, but it was still awesome because the same group of friends that kicked on a year 12, from both Marist and Marcelin and a whole bunch of other areas. Of people from Newcastle were up, were in our Fiji tour as well. But no, definitely best week of my life. They organised all the nights and all the partying and everything, and it was just unreal being around such a good bunch of boys as well. Just thinking like, oh my God, we're not in Australia right now, and especially being young as well. Like it was a really big deal. Like, you know, leaving Australia to go to Schoolies was a bit wild, but definitely the best week of my life. Just crystal clear water, and the days were perfect.
Fiji's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's on like a whole party island.
It was literally an isolated island of just teens, pretty much. Yeah. And the locals were so cool and inviting. They're just the happiest people on earth, all the Fijians.
Oh, they're great people.
Yeah, it was unreal. We're on a bus ride all together to the island, and so we got a bus from the airport, and then we got a boat ride to the island, and we all rocked up there, and it was just this massive welcoming, and we were just like, wow, this is gonna be insane. Mm-hmm. And it was just a lot of drinking.
Oh man, that's what it is. That's what Schoolie is.
A lot of drinking, and then a few little boat tours. Went to another island and had like a little bar there and a pool, and everyone just mucking about.
That's mad.
And then just partying all night and sleeping a bit of the day, and just straight back to drinking in and out every day. So it was unreal. Just meeting a lot of people as well. So it was like obviously a lot of our group who went, and then half of Newcastle that was finishing up school too were there, so it was just a big mixed island.
So it was like a lot of Newcastle. Did you know many people going there?
So a lot of the people from the area, we obviously all booked it together. Trying to be together for Schoolies.
Yeah, of course.
And then I believe they do it in different weeks and stuff. So we happened to be on the same week as Newcastle, so I met a whole bunch of new people and random people, which was awesome. Still keep in contact with some of the boys up in Newcastle, and just a really good bunch of guys, and all have good groups, and just had a blast.
Oh, that's what you want.
That's a good thing about Fiji. It's like you're not around all the same people you are here. So
100%. Now let's go to the opposite. Let's talk about COVID Schoolies.
We was sort of like a shit but a good week, because like the week after we left, like everyone's like had to get tested for COVID and stuff. Like a lot of places.
By the way, this is filmed what's it take, 23rd, and this was when did you go?
4th to the 11th.
4th to 11th, and the kids who were there now, were they? So it would have been the 12th to now, bit before.
11th to like, I don't know, 18th.
18.
Yeah, like they all had to get COVID tested, or like they couldn't.
So fucked up.
Yeah. Like the week before I got there, like 2 weeks, there was like the motel there, like 80 kids in lockdown, like for a whole week. And then they changed it to like 2 days. And then the week after was like the original second week, 27th to the 4th.
Yeah.
It's like house parties all week and stuff like that. Then we got there, and it was like nothing like that. It was
a
just
shit
like,
show.
Yeah, like no, like it was like a lot of people there, but like the week before was just like all parties, and then everything closed at like 12 p.m. and then like 12 a.m. So
like, seriously, what
and then they had the one club there, Woodies, which you wait for like 2 hours, and it's like $40 extra or something like that. Yeah, so I didn't.
Should have been included. Fucking hell, you
like,
pay all that money.
Like all the people that go clubbing, they're like people that recently turned 18 and haven't really gone clubbing. So like, I wasn't too like I didn't care that I couldn't go.
At least you got the experience, here, you know. Yeah.
So we would just go to the pub and then just kick back at the house and drink all day and night. So and then the week after, my other mates went up there. Yeah. And it was like full of COVID. Like everywhere I went to like quite a few places. Not one of them had a COVID case. And the week after, like you say, like TikToks and videos on Instagram.
Oh, because it's just grown.
Like, all of the places like have COVID. It's like
no, but since we heard about those Byron cases, now we're at
5,000.
Almost 6K. It was 5.7. I think it was 5.
Yeah. Massive.
No, it's ridiculous. Like, what I was gonna say was, from our perspective, like we hang out a couple of times that week, and from our perspective, we're getting a phone call every second hour, I would even say. Were you getting that much?
Not to that extent.
I was getting them a lot. And
where from?
You?
No, it was like once or twice.
Let's say once. Okay.
Oh, what's going on? No,
but like we honestly thought we're like, the cunt must be bored out of his mind.
Like, it's so overhyped. Like everyone like
we FaceTimed at dinner that one night, and he was just, and when we got the phone to him, we're like, oh he sounds miserable. Like, what the hell
I
are they doing there?
Lovely dinner, by the way.
It was good.
Lovely
It was
dinner,
good to
by
be
the way.
away though, and like just like wake up, just drink, like have nothing. Like you don't have to wake up to work or anything. Especially like a few of the boys in my group that are working, so like they like.
Oh, I know. Well, you have.
Like,
Yeah,
they
I
just
know.
wake up, drink. Like you never get up here. Like even if like during Christmas, you wouldn't get up at 9 a.m. and drink like 12
Well,
o'clock.
no, that's
You
cap at
wouldn't drink
Christmas.
till like afternoon though. Like
Oh yeah, well the
all
only
day.
the only time we drink like
you
that
wake
was
up
in
and drink, and then like you drink until like 4 or 5 a.m. So it's like good just to like be able to do what you want.
Did you like
But yeah, Byron Bay's definitely like overhyped. Like if I could go back, if like it wasn't COVID, like Fiji is like it's like a party island. Like
No, it's mad.
Byron Bay's like you have like a bunch of like underage kids on a beach just trying to fight.
Would
people.
you do the obviously we've experienced the Gold Coast clubbing scene a little bit. Would you do the Gold Coast?
Yeah, well, did you hear about what happens if you're underage for Gold Coast Schoolies?
What is it?
You can go to like, I'm pretty sure it's like you can go to one club in the week, and it's like you can only go from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and then you gotta leave. It's like, why would you do that? It's like, I don't know if you can even use a fakie because it's like registered through
What's it
Schoolies.
called? We probably been. I love if we've
But
been
Gold
there.
Coast is good though. Like,
Gold Coast is such a good
like they
vibe.
have like like the festivals on the beach or whatever. And then you got that whole.
I want to do that. Oh, there's that one festival. The Moonlight. Something. It's in Oh God, it's one of those.
You're not thinking about Moonlight Cinema, right?
No. Moon something. Sun Moon. It's something like that. And it's this big, like festival type thing. It's on this beach, and it's in like, God, if I'm blank, like Fiji or one of them islands that are like Fiji, and it looks hectic. This YouTuber named Ben Gerrans went there. And
he was in Byron. We were in the restaurant and we just
Did you
saw
see him?
at a Mexican restaurant.
Did you say what's
He was
up?
eating. No, I didn't notice him, and then when we walked out, my mate Jack was just like, "Oh, Ben Garens was up there."
He's you would have seen him. He's like probably he did all those HC videos. He was like, what my HC was gonna be like, and then he's done a couple.
Now he's a DJ.
Schoolies.
Oh,
he did a couple Schoolies interviews.
No,
He went up.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he did this. The funny thing, he did that Schoolie Schoolie interview. We went up to this guy.
Schoolies, yeah.
He went up to Gold Coast, and he was like, "Hey mate, how you going?"
He went to every
Yeah,
week.
not. And this guy goes like, "Yeah, not bad. Yourself?" And he kept saying it
No,
about.
he did a week in Byron, a week in Gold Coast, and like maybe Fiji. I don't know.
Yeah,
But he was in Byron Bay as well.
Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, no, he's a mad dog. I want to get him on. He would be sick on.
Yeah.
Sometime. Anyways, let's move on. Talking about traveling, we've all travelled with each other. Should we go talk Darwin or Gold Coast first?
Ooh, what happened
Gold
first?
Coast.
Darwin
did happen first.
Darwin did happen first.
Yeah.
So that was when COVID went crazy. Where was it? Manly? It was, I think.
No,
yeah,
it
when
was-
the North
it
Shore.
was,
North Shore. So remember,
We were meant to originally
Go
to go to Gold
Gold
Coast.
Coast, exactly.
Yeah.
and then me and Mum was saying that Darwin were the only place open. It was the only place us New South Wales people were allowed to go to. And I was like, and then we were debating if we were going to get a spa or something. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the hot tub. I was like,
that's
let's go to
right.
a hot tub.
And then
So it was either a spa or a holiday, and we ended up going on. You guys ended up choosing the holiday.
I convinced Mum.
Yeah, and then we were talking about Darwin last minute, and we're like, "Fuck, no, not Darwin! Like,
No.
what the hell? Like
no,
that's
you can't miss from the
like
beaches.
what a shithole! And we're definitely not going to go to Darwin. And it ended up being probably the best holiday.
Oh, it was one of the best.
Yeah.
It was the best Australian holiday I think we've ever been on.
and everyone's on that one street.
It was fucking insane.
Like everyone's from like everywhere. So.
Oh mate, it was insane. Like even like I think 8 days is all you can do. Like Stevie and Max, who are my two mates, who were just there for 4 months. I don't know how you did
It's
it.
too hot to be there. For
I
that
still don't
long.
know how they did it. Like I've spoken to them like a couple times since they got back, and every time I'm like, how the fuck did you do it for?
I definitely
4
reckon
months?
you get used to it, but it was a sweat
Yeah,
fest.
but remember when we went jet skiing? We jumped
Oh,
into
that
the
was
ocean,
fun.
and the water was
Yeah.
like 35
What was it?
degrees.
Darwin.
Like,
What's the
it
place
was
called?
ridiculous.
Darwin Wharf. I can't remember the name of what it was.
I'm not too sure what the wharf was called, but
Waterfront.
Yeah, that's
Waterfront.
Right, that's
That's
right. Chill.
Mate, so we were there a couple of times, and we saw they had a fest New Year's Eve when sorry all you New South Wales people, but when all you cunts were sitting inside doing nothing.
Yeah.
We were listening to Tones and Eyes, the drunk bitch. That was the funniest thing.
she was awesome. She
was
out,
cool,
She
eh?
came out to the stage on a golf buggy with a ciggy in her hand.
Yeah, remember when she came to the golf buggy?
There's all these kids
Yeah.
and families around ready for this New Year's Eve show and performance and stuff, and she's rolling out on a golf cart with a ciggy in her hand, and she rocked up on stage in a singlet and thongs, I believe.
It was.
When she got on the golf buggy, I was like walking past. I was like, I've no idea who the fuck this is.
Did you not know? Yeah, she wears a hoodie. You can't tell what she looks
Who's
like.
this girl? And then I was like, yeah, fucking have your dart. And then she went up on stage. I was like, oh, what the fuck? It's Tones and
Tones
I.
and I.
No, we have this is my favorite video that I've ever filmed in my life. I think you might know what I'm talking about. So it's this video. I think it might have been was one of us. It was either one of us filming, and one of us was doing an Instagram story or a Snapchat story, and we're filming the fireworks. I know it was me. I was filming the fireworks, and then you just hear in the background, "Happy Australia, you fucking cunts."
Oh, I remember that. I remember that video.
Happy New Year's, you fucking cunts.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And that was unreal. And then we did the jet skiing there. So what if you ever go to Darwin, got to go to this waterfront. We did jet skiing.
Yeah, definitely.
Mate, it was unreal. We had this tour. Did you two fall off? Or did I fall off? Someone fell off. No, you went for a swim. No, you went for a swim.
On what?
You remember you went for the guy was like, "Oh, watch out for the crocodiles."
Oh,
and then you went for a swim. Yeah,
you
we
go
went
through all the mangroves,
yeah.
and then the guy was like, we were sort of just like tailgating each other all through the mangroves.
Oh, it was the funniest thing.
That was the funnest thing.
And then we all stopped for a little meeting. He was sort of just like telling us where to go next and what we were going to do and where we're going to go, like before we hit the actual ocean. And it was a little bit choppy, but we were absolutely fanging it past the mangroves. I think they hit like 60 or 70 k's an hour.
70.
Like,
I'm pretty sure. 80. Yeah, no, it was 80. It was 80.
It was 80.
Yeah.
They absolutely flew these things, and
because
then
they're like so small, they feel way faster.
yeah, and you absolutely just fly through the water. But we stopped off and we're like, "Oh, can we go for a swim here?" And he goes, "Definitely not. Wait until we get to the open water."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh, why is that?" Like, obviously, just not thinking it's not normal. Yeah. But he goes, "Oh, mate, this is absolutely croc infested." But even before that, Will and I went for a little bike venture on these little go bikes, and
those were unreal. I love those things, mate.
At the end of the trip, I reckon I checked my bank statement and I spent over $150 just on those little electric bikes.
When we went on our bike ride, it was like 40 degrees. I'm like, "Oh, we'll fucking go for a swim down there."
Yeah, we'll go for a swim.
It was like the mud and all that shit.
I remember. No, I was with you. I was with you.
We were walking down hills back going. I was like, "Nah, fuck this. Like, this is full of like crocs
I
and
know.
shit."
It was unreal.
And then like 2 days later, Jake was like telling some guy that worked at the store, and he was like, "Oh, luckily you didn't, because like as soon as you jump in the water, like they'll smell you." And like,
he reckons. So it was like this. It was like all mud and like all this like mangrovey area, but then past all the mud and stuff, it was just deep ocean, just ocean. So we're like, "Suck it, we'll go." We were like trekking in with the slides, and the slides were getting caught in the mud, and we're like, "Oh, we'll take the slides off and we'll walk out to the ocean." And then we're like, "Oh, no, scrap this." It was a good 500-meter walk from. It was all just mud, and then it hit the ocean. We were walking through this mud, and we just turned around and thought, "Nah, this is semi-sketchy." Oh, it wasn't just a little rock and jump into the ocean.
That's why I didn't want to go down there. I just waited up the top because I was like, "Nah, fuck that shit." It didn't look good.
Yeah, that's it. And then I was walking through some shop, and then I was talking to the guy for a bit, and he was asking where I was from and stuff. And he goes, "Oh, what have you been up to and stuff?" And I said, "Oh, we just went down there to try and go for a swim, but it was all muddy and stuff." And he goes, "Are you trying to kill yourself?" And I said, "Oh, what do you mean, mate?" And he goes, the second you put your toes in that mud," he goes, "those crocs have already smelled you coming." He goes, you're lucky you didn't go for a swim." He goes, "because they know you're there."
It's fucked.
And we didn't hear or see or think anything. We were just
laughing.
We were just curious. Yeah, we were just laughing. Curious as all hell to go for a little swim because it was that hot, like so hot. Like you jump in the hotel pool and it just didn't do anything. Nothing. It was nothing.
Oh mate, that hotel pool is fucking disgusting.
It's like 35 degrees and it's just so humid. It's
bro, ridiculous. It's the hottest place. You have to experience it because like it's the most humid thing. It's like
it's just like being in Bali.
Remember we had that when we have these super hot days here when it doesn't look super sunny. You fucking walk outside and you feel like you're getting like
just extremely muggy
or something,
But it's like we went to that waterfall and it's like a 20-minute walk down.
Oh, that water place.
So
nice. What was it called again? Tumba or some shit?
I don't know. No,
it was the other one.
It was like
a national park.
Some national park. I forgot what it was called, but a little walk down to a waterfall and it was absolutely gorgeous.
It was nice. No, let's talk about the clubbing experience.
The nightlife, absolutely unreal.
So this is firstly, I'll tell the places. So firstly, if you gotta go to Monsoons.
Yeah.
You gotta go. What was the other one?
Universal.
I like the pub, the Six Tanks. That's where I did the. Great, We'll tell that story in a second. And then.
Was that your little karaoke?
Yeah, of course, place? Mate. That was unreal.
Yeah.
If they watch this, everybody who watches this, they know the start of the video. Yeah. So in the intro, there's a clip of me. It's Jake filming, and there's a clip of me going. It's Jake going, "Fuck yeah" or something like that, and I'm making this. I'm like this face like, some shit like that, and so what happened was it had a what was it? A karaoke night.
You were doing a duet with some girl.
No, let me tell a story. Let me tell a story, and then you can roast me. Roast me as much as you want.
Right.
Okay, so it was a fucking, I just forgot the name of the word, karaoke night, and mum and dad came up with us as well, and mum was like, oh yeah, Shelby, mum called me, I think, and she was like, oh yeah, come, they're doing karaoke night, and I'm always like, I'm always out there.
We were having like cocktails, like that beer platter.
Yeah. And I'm always that guy who's I'll do anything majority of the time, and they were playing, and I don't know many songs off by heart.
Yeah.
So I was
the lyrics up though.
No, but I knew the only song I knew at that moment was "Shallows." The song, what was that movie called?
Oh wow.
With Brad Pitt and Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of the movie is. And what happened was I was like, okay, let me go up and I'll do "Shallows" on the phone, and then I start singing it, and then I hear another voice. I hear another voice, and it's this.
One of the Darwin.
It's this indigenous. She was indigenous, right?
No, she was very white.
Was she?
She was like a Victorian.
She was a big girl.
She was a big girl.
She was a big girl.
Yeah.
Bigger lady.
She loved Sam's voice so much that she got upstage to finish the duet.
Started doing it with me. It was I was confused, and then the boys were like, look at me. That Jake used to film this video, and you said something else. I cut out a bit of it. I can't remember what you said.
Because you were singing the song, and then it was a duet, and then she just jumped up.
She just jumped in. It was the weirdest thing.
She just jumped in, and we were absolutely killing ourselves.
We were watching that video, and we were just cracking up.
Mate,
pretty sure that night was like, after you.
That was our first night out. I think.
No,
because our first night out we didn't go out. That was the second night out.
Though I like chunted like I went to the park and I chunted everywhere. I've never chunted like that before. It was like cocktails, like
oh mate, it was a doozy night. It was such a fucking doozy.
It makes you feel like so much more worse. It's so hot outside.
Yeah,
like you can't cool down no matter what. So go for a swim and like it's not gonna cool you down.
So throwing up, mate. How the fuck did you throw up? How much did you drink that night?
I don't know. Well, we'd been drinking all day and all night, but
Darwin was fucked how much we drank.
But like, we did just pump cruising. Like we had so much people coming back.
It was definitely a case every night. And
mate.
The rest.
Oh wait.
And then like before going out.
Oh yeah, and then we'd get the cocktails as well.
Like you feel more drunk when it's so hot outside. Like you just can't cool down.
Oh mate, it's fucked. I'm
go for a swim because like you're not gonna go for a swim.
I'm surprised there was only one of us that threw up. Did you? I don't think you didn't. I didn't either.
I didn't throw up.
We know about my famous throw up, the Newcastle story.
Well,
I've already explained it. No,
we won't get into that.
No, they already have. They've heard it a couple episodes ago. But like, oh my god. And there's a question I'll ask later when we'll ask about that, so we'll leave that till later.
Yes.
But would you say what was your favourite thing that you remember of Darwin?
Oh, probably the bull riding contest.
Oh, you were there.
That was the one night I missed out.
So Will, at this point, Will wasn't.
I wasn't 18.
Will wasn't 18, and he used someone's ID that. You know, some of you might know, some of you might not know. And what happened, Will, did you not? No, you didn't try that night because you got in there later.
No, because we weren't sure like how it was.
Yeah, that's right. So me and Jake, we went to Monsoons and they had a bull running night. Shout out to Darwin people. That's the fucking best night.
The best thing ever.
Oh,
they
unreal.
Seriously need to bring that to Sydney because that was unreal. Everybody gathering.
The get their tits out for it.
Yeah, I was about to get to that.
They get here, like you get kicked out.
So what happened? It was so they started off with regular. When we got in, we got there a bit later, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe let's say 10, 30.
Well, that's roughly when it started.
Yeah. I know you're right. It did.
It started pretty late because we sort of hung around there and we knew it was happening, but.
Because I looked on Instagram. That's right, I did.
And the DJ was just going nuts. The whole place was absolutely pumping. And then this mechanical bull starts going crazy, and people are going nuts. Like it was a big thing. Like having that night. I think it was maybe a Friday night or something. Yeah, definitely on the weekend.
It was a weekend.
Because when we went to the clubs throughout the week, there was no like special events on.
No, they didn't. They had them that were dead.
Yeah, but the good thing about Darwin is because there's like literally only 2 clubs. Like. Everyone goes. There was a good
4. There was a 4. I would say 4.
Yeah, there was 4, but some of them were complete shit. Like we went to a few.
Monsoons was the one that like I consistently was good. And then that little one was alright, but it was too small.
That little one that we lined up for, and we had to go downstairs, and we paid for entry and stuff, and we ended up sitting in there, and we're like, what?
No, I'm talking about the other little one after we went to the pool party.
Yeah, but that was because
that little one.
The pool party.
We had the photo. When we took that photo, the photo.
That's
on
the one
my
I was
Facebook.
talking about. That was completely shit. That was dead. That place, but it had a big statue photo of Drake.
No, you're getting confused. There's another one. No, remember it was the one down the end. It was So when we did the pool, we did that one. That was just what we did the first time that night. It was like a Wednesday. That's why I think it was dead or Thursday. This other one, It was the place that had the big place down the back what we couldn't get into, and it was like the small little. It was like a little pub bar type thing.
Oh,
and then there was the guy that kept waving to Will from the other side. So wait, let's.
The reason they didn't have the actual club open is because like New Year's Eve it got trashed.
Yeah, something like that.
Right. They were closed like a week, like renovated after.
Yeah, they were closed the whole time we were there.
Yeah.
But
I reckon back to that pool party.
No, let's go bull riding. Let's finish that off. So,
Okay,
So they did a couple rounds of just regular. Then they did it. Then they're like, let's do a sexy round. And me and Jake were just thinking, oh, maybe they'll just do, I don't know, maybe people do a couple lap dances or some shit on the bull. Yeah. Mate, it ended up being these every chick took out their tits and stuff. It was. I was loving it. I'm not gonna lie, but like
it was definitely something you wouldn't see in Sydney. That's for sure.
Something you wouldn't see in most places apart from Darwin. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And there was prizes. So the best person.
Oh
won,
yeah, it was for money or something.
I think it was money. It was money.
Was it drink voucher? It was either money or big drink voucher.
No, there was both. Because some girl won it, and I don't know that it was cash given out.
That's right. Was it the chick with it was weird. There was this chick with like bruises on her tits as well. Do you remember that?
Pretty much bare naked.
They literally are. Did anybody get full naked? I don't think anybody got full naked, but it was.
I was almost naked. I was up on that bull in my budgie smugglers, going absolutely berserk.
The thing you got to talk about, the guy. You know
I know exactly what you're talking about. It was before the contest, you sort of had to put your name in.
Yeah.
So you went to go. So the guy who was running it all in the club, he was getting names down, and they were calling everybody up. And then it was whoever was the loudest cheer at the end sort of took it out. And I had my name up, and it was sure enough, it was my go. And I get up there, and I'm going mad on the bull, going absolutely crazy,
killing it.
And then some drunk guy jumps on the bull behind me, and he's trying to rip me off. I'm thinking, get the fuck off me.
Today I just
trying to rip me off, and then I'm trying to like ride this bull, and this guy's on the back. I end up shoving him off, and then I think I even fell off myself. And
you did.
I fell off it because of this guy, and I punched him off. I said, get the fuck off, mate. and then he ended up being dragged off, and then I carried on, and it was unreal.
The funniest thing,
he was absolutely blind off his chops. I've never seen anybody more drunk in my life than this guy.
Well, the thing was, I was the only person that knew that guy was doing the wrong. Everybody else was looking like, oh yeah, he must be a mate or something. That's what everybody was looking like. I was looking at people's faces, and I was like, and no, everybody was cheering and stuff, and I'm just like, what the? I'm like screaming like, Jake, who the fuck is that cunt? Get him off, mate! I was screaming it, and I was like. Mate, it was fucking.
Well, what about
weird.
in like Darwin? How like you're in Sydney, I can get vapes anywhere. In Darwin, you can't get one anywhere. And then
there's no vapes in Darwin.
Should we talk about our favourite friend from Darwin?
Well, we were looking
Todd.
for a vape.
Todd.
Yeah,
shout out to Todd.
So Todd. We were in the hotel, and it was, I don't know what night it was, but there was a hostel just across the road from our hotel.
Yep.
And we heard the music pumping.
Wednesday or Thursday.
I think this was midweek.
It was midweek.
Wednesday, yeah.
We heard the music pumping from the apartment. Well, I think Shaz actually brought it up.
Yeah, my mum did. Yeah,
she did. And then we were like, shit, we may as well go and suss it out. We're not gonna sit here and just wait around. We'll go and suss it out. Anyways, we get into this thing, and it was literally a hostel with a pool out the back, and fucking hell, it was probably the dirtiest pool you've ever seen in your whole life. But
Max,
everybody was there.
Max was doing pool cleaning. He was telling me he was cleaning it. He said, mate, it took him so fucking long on the stuff he found in it.
It would have been... There would have been bottles and everything, but they had all these massive floats and everything, and everybody all gathered around in little huts, like villa huts. Yeah. And the DJ, who was a guy who I'm now really close with, his name's Todd. He was a DJ.
Todd, hopefully you watch this.
Yeah, Todd's gonna watch this, and he's gonna love that I say this. But so I met Todd, and it happens to be that we were all drunk and swimming around and stuff. And because we couldn't get any vapes there, we were like, surely we can find one somewhere. And we saw him have one, and we're like, no.
Yeah,
Will pointed it out. He was like, I think the DJ's got a vape, and he was like, nah, because there was just nothing of the sort up there. It just didn't exist.
Yeah,
up in Darwin, it did not exist.
No disposables. Only had a couple of the
non-nicotine
the big ones, a couple of non-nicotine ones, but not just like your usual. Nothing like that.
Yeah, like a normal one. Yeah. And I was like, nah, Will, you're seeing things. And then we went up to him, we said, mate, like, what the hell? Like, where did you get your vape from? And then we were chatting. And then we stayed in contact with him. And then he said, I'm playing here later.
Monsoons, wasn't it?
Yeah, Monsoons.
Yeah.
And then And then he finished his set, and then we got together and started chatting. And he was from Sydney. He originally had a cafe with his brother, I think.
Yeah, was he Shire boy? I think.
Yeah, he's Shire boy. Yeah, from the Shire, and he moved up for a better life. He wanted to DJ and just Darwin's a great
COVID.
Yeah,
Darwin's like COVID doesn't exist.
Then it didn't exist. So he got up to Darwin and DJ'd and partied and just.
Mate,
absolutely living his life.
Taught you about crypto.
Yeah, he got you into crypto.
He taught me a little bit about crypto and sort of just kept in contact with him from there on. But absolute legend. I'd say he's now my mentor.
Oh, he's a
legend.
He's a great bloke.
Very wise guy, and he's got a lot of life experience, and he's completely thought out everything as far as like mentally goes, and
100.
Yeah, he's great. Like meditates and stuff. He's spiritually so on board and very calm guy. And he's
shout out.
He come from a motivational speaker background, so he's.
Oh, was he? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so a lot of the things I was going through, or I would talk about with him, and because he was very wise and he always had an answer for something.
Yeah.
I would always talk to him about this and this has happened, and he would always sort of give me a really good explanation for what I should do, and just very, very good guy. And he's always looked after me from day dot.
Mm-hmm. Isn't he still up in Darwin?
He's still up in Darwin, yeah. He's actually back now for Christmas. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to catch up with him soon and go for a beer and dinner. I definitely owe him a beer and dinner.
Oh, mate, you're going to let us know how that goes. Yeah, Part 2 of the podcast, maybe we'll get Todd on.
Maybe we'll get Todd on, who knows?
Exactly. No, but hopefully Todd's watching this. Shout out to Todd, thanks for being a sick cunt.
Yeah, shout out to Todd. Absolutely gave us all the time he had.
He was
after
wonderful.
His DJ set and talked to us for hours about everything. Just a very genuine guy.
Yeah. No, let's move on. Anything else about Darwin you guys want to talk about? Any other highlights?
No. jet skiing was probably like.
Yeah, jet skiing.
Jet skiing's like you don't do.
It was honestly. I'm so happy. That ended up happening.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Let's move on to our other, more recent holiday. So Will just turned 18 this year in June. So this was just before we went on lockdown. I think it was about a week.
No, it was a week before.
2 weeks before. Yep. Yeah. And
another escape.
Went to the GC, and we had a sick time. Honestly, we had a good time.
Well, I had the choice of having like a party or like go away, and it's like obviously you go away.
So how was it having your first legal clubbing and legal drink?
I mean,
put aside the drinking or
legal clubbing. How it was
a proper casino session.
Because I'd never went underage.
No, we went to Darwin.
Darwin, but like it's different clubbing.
But like, I think if you were 15 with a moustache, you'd get into any
Darwin.
Darwin, like you could give them an expired ID. They wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
No, I had 100%.
No, but Gold Coast was like. It was a really good weekend. Like we said, the casino.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah. Tattoo there for my 18th.
You want to show?
First legal tattoo.
You want to show the tattoo?
Definitely not.
Well, I got my first one when I was 16.
Yeah.
Before I went to the first lockdown with his ID. He never knew about it. I was like, how'd you get it? I was like, didn't get ID'd. Yeah, and then Goldie.
Yeah, that was a couple of times. Sam Frazer loved to go to 2 places.
The funniest thing is the guy that tattooed me. I was like talking to him, and I was like telling him about like this TikTok I saw about tattoos, and he was like, that was me. I pulled the TikTok up, like, that's me. And then like he's always on my For You page now, but like he tried to expose like that tattoo shop for like tattooing bikies.
Yeah, about bikies and stuff.
And now he gets arrested like every week. Yeah, his TikTok time's like 42 days.
No, but then it was Sydney. It was a Sydney bloke as well. Like
he gets arrested like every week. Like,
we knew we knew of him. Like we knew of him. It was kind of weird.
Tell he's just trying to get famous. Like he posted TikTok saying chilling, and it's like, boy, he's trying to bash like.
He's definitely a wanted man, I'd say. He just chats a lot of shit.
Oh mate, they weren't the. They were great blokes, but if you looked at my first impression, like
he was actually a really good guy. And then when we saw the TikToks, we were like, no way.
He told us the funniest story. Obviously, we can't talk about it. It was the funniest story.
Oh yeah, about the chick.
Yeah, that
was the
funniest story I've ever heard.
That was probably the best story I've ever heard as well.
No,
and I absolutely believe it as well.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
Absolutely believe it. It's not something you could make up.
Like details of it.
Yeah, it probably is true, eh?
That was a good 18th weekend.
Would you say what was your favourite place we went to that night?
Oh, that
club, week,
that was like the jungle themed club.
What was it called? Kingdom. Lost Kingdom.
Lost Kingdom.
That's right.
When we got back from Goldie, I had my formal, and then
you went straight into it.
3 days after my formal, we went to holidays, and then at the start of the holidays we went to lockdown. I was like, fuck, like.
That's right, eh? Yeah, no, what happened?
I
was sick, remember? I was sick for the week.
You were sick.
I was sick for the week after because
you were both sick, to be fair.
Were you?
Jake was gonna come to the praise and was like, "Oh, I'm sick as well."
That's right, mate. I probably gave you something.
Yeah.
Because I got sick in Gold Coast, and then we what happened was I did nothing that week, and then I was working in a my other job.
Yeah.
And I was helping the kids make the YouTube videos and stuff. And then we just had to wear the mask one day. And then I find out the Friday we're going to lockdown. And then we went to my other job and went and grabbed a feed and a beer. And then that was the last night for a fucking long time, eh?
Yeah.
It was like, I was meant to have my graduation that next term.
Yeah,
trials online, graduation's like next February. Which is like,
fucked.
We sort of came back to chaos.
Oh, we did. Yeah, no, we did. Literally, a week?
Literally, it was chaos.
As we were going away, it started to pick up, and we're like, we're lucky on this flight. And then, like, the next week, borders were shut.
Yeah, borders were no.
You can't go any further.
Borders were shut.
Borders closed.
When we were there. There. We just made it on the flight. I think
Second day we were there.
Yeah, I think it was, not even that. I think it was 10 hours after we left, they closed the borders.
Honestly, I think when we left, we heard that they might close the borders.
Yep.
And we flew out.
It was close.
The night before they were talking about it.
Yeah.
No, it was
the night before they talking about closing.
Talking about, nights out, nights out and stuff. Would you say, can you think of a memorable night out you had?
In Gold Coast?
No, just in general.
With us boys or in general?
We do both.
I mean, if it's with us boys, like Darwin, because
I think Darwin.
Definitely Darwin. I could say this right now. Darwin's nightlife absolutely shits on Sydney, and it absolutely shits on Gold Coast.
Sydney, everything's like so.
Everything's so regulated, and
I
you
think
get kicked out for the stupidest.
I think the best night was when. Let me see. It might have been. It would have had. I think it was the night when was that that when we got that photo done. The photo, it's on my Facebook.
Oh,
you know the one on my cover? Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I think that was the best night because I wasn't trying to chase any girls.
No, it was good. We were just with the boys.
Yeah,
we just wanted to have fun.
Whenever we go out together, go away,
we always have a good time.
We just like hang out.
Like, the focus is just having fun. So
no, it is. That's the best times, especially when we did some funny shit in like the fucking in the hotel room and stuff. Because we had the three.
It was the best. We all having arguments and fights and wrestling.
It was unreal.
You name it. Drinking
they're
to
the time.
oblivion.
They're the times.
Yeah, the trips we go away always. Always good.
And what did you say? What about it like in general? What about Sydney? Like, where's your favourite place to go out in Sydney?
I don't like going out in Sydney.
If you had to.
Oh, if I had to say, I think I had one really good night at the Sheaf.
He knows the king.
And I don't think I think I went back there for a few drinks before my last Christmas party, but I haven't been there. But the one time I went to the Sheaf,
there's too many underage people.
Yeah, every club, like I went to the Argyle like 2 weeks ago, and there's like no bullshit. The kids in year 10 at the Argyle, like, and like they're young when they leave.
Oh no, there was this kid that was in my home group that I was like 3-4 years younger than me, and we were saying
when you're young, you're like fuck it, like it's one of a good club, but like and you don't think about like how the older kids feel. Like you see them in your club, like what the fuck, like just fuck off.
Like, no, it's weird. Like
you're like 16, 17, probably some of you are even 15.
Yeah,
and then they're just all in big groups and like. You tell they're young though as well, like when they leave like 12 o'clock, it's like their curfew.
The most fucked thing is when I go out and I'm seeing kids your age and I'm like, what the fuck? You're like my brother's age, what the fuck are you doing here? But they're obviously legal now, but like... It's so
it's weird to see, they look so young. It's like when you look back to your high school, like school captains in the year 12, you think, Jesus Christ, like... I remember when I was year 10 or year 9 or whatever, and you look at the year 12s, you think, geez, they're so big. They're so big and massive, and oh my God, they're men. 100%. And then when you look back at the year 12s now, you think, Jesus Christ, they're little dweebs.
Yeah, mate.
That's what, when I was in year 7, I looked at year 12s and like, fuck, like these kids are massive.
I'm
in year 12 and year 7, so I'm like it doesn't feel like that.
No, you honestly, you feel that, honestly.
Like they would look at us like, yeah, these kids are big, I guess.
Would you say like in general, would you say you guys both had like a good experience like at high school? I'm talking obviously before you left and before.
Well, I went on exchange.
Before COVID.
I went on the exchange program in year 10.
Let's do that and then we'll go into the exchange program after. So talk about your experience. Like, would you say you had a good experience in high school? Would you say? Do you mind me mentioning your high school?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So would you say?
High school was absolutely unreal. All the teachers were so good. Good group of boys as well. You always drift away from the people you're mates with in high school.
Oh yeah, well,
I guess that's because you're 200 people.
Same as you. You just finished high school.
Into a group of kids, and you have to do 5 days a week for 7 hours. Then you got sport on the weekend, like at Waverley. So
Will's already
you're
finished.
forced to hang out. Like you're forced to be group like friends with a certain amount of people. Like certain people.
Will's already finished. Will just finished high school, and how many Waverley boys would you say you're friend with?
Oh, like put on 2 hands maybe.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm the same. I think I have, let's say, I think it's 6 or 7.
Yeah, it's the same
like
as me.
All my mates are from Morris.
You sort of realise you were only really close with those boys because you're with them 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Exactly, and then once you get to uni, you have a bunch of friends from everywhere. Like,
Well,
I have friends that went to Scots, I have friends that went to Round, I have friends that went to Emmanuel.
Well, it's funny because like all of Jake's mates are like from Marston, like not the school he went to. Like most of my mates are from Morris, not the school I went to. So it's just like proves like a lot of the time like you're just like not mates with those kids that you went to school with. You're just forced to be with them.
They're right.
Like I'm mates with I'm obviously mates with Waverley kids, but it's like
obviously
a lot
so
like you will never see again. Like
it's very pick and choose. Like, and then my Waverley friends, a lot of them I didn't become better friends with until, let's say, last year.
Exactly. So it's everyone's different. Everybody's different.
Thing.
Some people hold on to their school group, and some people are just different.
Some
Will and I had the same situation where we finished
of my Year 12 school group, I'm friends with one person.
Like some kids would hang out with the same group like until they're like adults. They'll be mates with those kids for life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know, but there's nothing wrong with that. But
no.
Exactly. Everybody's different.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to talk about?
Sort of just find your own pathway.
You want to talk about doing an exchange program, like what your experience was like?
Yeah, I did in Year 10, and like I guess you think like, oh, it's so cool going like wherever you go. I went to America. I originally wanted to go to LA, and then it was like you can't really go to the big cities on exchange. Cause, like
you could have,
like
but just it was the program you wanted.
No, but it's hard to find like people that want to host like a kid in like a big city. Like, people that live in big cities, like if you live in Sydney, like the East or whatever.
You're hardly going to have You're hardly going to have some exchange kid come living in a home.
Like if you have exchange kid, like you're not going to host that kid. It's just like, cause it would feel weird having an extra person if you think about it.
Yeah.
So I was in a small town in Connecticut. It was like,
if you don't know where Connecticut is, it's
in the middle of New York and Boston.
It's near New York, yeah.
In the middle of that, yeah. And then I was like I was in like year 11th grade there. Like it's like it works different.
You just finished Year 10, right? Or was it?
Yeah, well, I got there I got there for the start of the year, and then like by the time I left, it was winter.
Yep.
But like it's just completely different. Like no school uniform, smaller classes. Like there's a lot more classes. Like stuff like that. Like you do like sports.
Like what were you learning? What were you learning? Like what do you remember your subjects?
No, I did
fuck all.
Yeah, I did fucking. I'd sleep in most of my classes. No, I did like a sports one where like you learn like what a physio does, like stuff like that.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like do like all the taping, do like psychology, stuff like that.
Mate, they should do
history.
It here. Should do it here instead of just learning about fucking religion or English.
It was a small town. It's like you're just stuck around the same people. It's a smaller school, so it honestly makes you appreciate like where you are from and like where you have.
Oh no, 100%. No, yeah, you've said that many times. What about
No, it's like the movies are like school halls are like like how the movies are.
Yeah. Mate, you've seen?
Will show you any of the basketball gym like. The yellow bus you wait out the front of your house and the yellow bus comes.
Has Will shown you any of the pictures?
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen everything.
Yeah, no, it's
just like
it's stereotypes.
Like
true.
Movies.
No, what about what was I gonna say? God, I just forgot. Anyways, what about just what was it like being able to, firstly, living for 4 months without your parents, and then secondly, how was it doing American football? And you go into American football, why you did it? I loved
doing American football. I was like really short still then, like I'm like 6 foot now.
You would have been 5 foot.
I was like 5'9".
8,
tiny then. Absolutely tiny.
Yeah.
Playing cornerback, that's the guy who defends a receiver. If you know what that means.
Yeah, it's like you need like a lot of fitness because like even if like on the field like obviously not doing like obviously a lot like when you like do practice like just running a lot. And then like you when you think that you got like the helmet on, you like to tackle people.
Does it feel like weird?
You still feel like
weird? Like how much did you say one of the helmets weighs?
On you, like
how much would it weigh?
It's not about like how much it weighs.
They're not heavy, but
they're not heavy.
They look heavy.
It just adds like when it's like especially in the summer, like it's like a 30-degree day, and then like 'cause that's why I got there. Like it's
No, it was hot.
You're running around in pads.
You're padded the hell up.
Like the helmet,
sweat everything.
Like you're just sweating. And it's like fucking hell, like.
Toe pads,
so
finger pads.
You got, like pads in your legs and shit like that. Like
all, mate, there's back pads, there's everything.
Yeah, pads everywhere. And like like heaps bulky. So.
And then you stopped playing because you pulled a Sam Frazer.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this. Like.
No, you were injured. You were injured.
I injured myself. I'm not sure what I.
Your leg.
My leg.
It was your leg.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, fuck. I could be a bit of a shit guy, especially in America. Like it costs a lot to go to the hospital and stuff.
Yeah.
Especially in America, like everyone, like a lot of injuries happen in it.
$10,000 just for it was
broken finger.
We paid more. Well, we got insurance and stuff, but if we say we didn't have the insurance, mate.
Yeah. And then like in America, like they're so serious about like the sport. Like you train like nearly every day, like maybe like once a day off. And because it was a small school, like it was like 3 schools combined for like the team.
Yeah.
So you had to travel to a different town to do like practice. And then like you go to school at like school stays like 7:30 to like
7:30. What
it's
the
like 7:30
fuck?
to 2
in the morning.
School, you go to the cafeteria, you eat your food, you like eat lunch, everything at the cafeteria. Like, but everyone has a different lunchtime.
What the fuck?
And then like as soon as you finish school, like most days, like I think like 4 times a week, you'd like go get on the bus, go to the different town and play like you'd do your sport, and then like you'd come back.
Would you play games?
No, like training.
Yeah.
And then you'd get back and it'd be like 7:30, and then you're just like too tired because you've been up since like 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30.
Yeah, that's rough as
because
guts.
you go to
Because the
training.
bus comes to school like gets you 45 minutes before school.
What the fuck? What about like living?
Because it stops outside every single person's house like in that area.
Yeah. What about living like
Like where I lived.
Random. Well, you firstly lived in mad country.
Well, I knew the people.
Yeah, you knew them, but like so
Don't
you're
make a lot
living
of
not living
difference.
with your parents like in like when you're like 16,
I mean, you know,
17
like,
years
like,
old.
If you think that like that, but it's like you don't really like feel like anything
don't-
from, like
you
when you're
don't?
there. It's like you do your thing. It's like you get used to it. Obviously, like at this like the first couple of days, like I'm really here alone.
Yeah.
But like you still speak to your family whenever you want.
Yeah, but your homestay parents weren't even there. You were legit living by yourself.
My homestay parents like because like they did shift work like nurse and
frontline workers.
firefighter.
Or frontline workers.
Yeah, so like I'd have the house myself a lot of the times, like have people over.
Oh, so you still have people over and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, I could have people over. But
That's weird. We saw what fire is. Look, he's just about to drive past. Over it. Over it.
yeah, you can hear it.
Over it.
Could be a limbo.
Anyways, but there's
Yeah, so like
fire about to go past.
because like I'd have the house myself, like, I'd just have people over. But like I'd usually just go to my mates' houses.
Yeah. Talking about living by yourself, Mr. JT, you've been doing that for how long now?
Yeah, how long have you been doing it for?
4 years? 3 years?
Fuck, a very long time. I think, at least 3 years.
3 years.
At least 3 years, yeah.
And,
Been out at home, it's rough and it's expensive, and
mate, he tells us about it all the
I guess
time.
it like makes you mature a lot.
Would you say you
yeah.
mature?
A lot
Oh
of-
yeah, I can
oh
feel
Yeah.
it.
fuck, 100%.
Yeah.
You really got to think and appreciate about money, and
Yeah.
you got to think about food, and you sort of have to weigh everything up and think, oh well, if I
Bills
go out
as
here, I got
well.
to spill bills and stuff and food. I was quite lucky. I stayed with a friend, and had food and stuff provided, and I ended up moving out and moving in with my sister for 2 years. But if I can recommend anything, is to stay at home as long as you can and save as much money as you can.
And now you're with the homie Uncle Nick.
And now I'm with the
Nick,
homie Uncle
yeah.
Nick.
Nick.
So we've moved on to bigger and better things.
Of course.
I just got my own apartment in, I'm not going to say exactly where,
The eastern suburbs.
in the eastern suburbs,
Yeah.
a nice little spot, and moved in with a really good guy, very like-minded,
Perfect
very
location.
perfect location.
Oh, it's
absolutely
mate,
Not far
'cause
from
it-
anything.
yeah,
It's
'cause
like
it's,
everything's
it's sort of in the middle. Yeah, it's great.
great, fucking a minute away from the beach, and this was really good. Just a massive load of headspace getting into your own place, because I was, with a friend and then family, but now I'm really on my own. So
Yeah.
really got to think about food, and you can't just going out blowing your money willy-nilly.
Oh, no.
You'll be skimmed at the end of the week. So
Mate, if you saw my bank, if you saw how much money I spend sometimes a week,
Yeah.
God, you would be
Like,
yeah.
you can spend like your whole rent
so
on a night
upset.
out.
Yeah.
Oh mate, I do it. I'm spending like the last couple months. I'm making up money at work, and it's going.
gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck have I spent it on? I've had to pay for like some stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like even so, it's ridiculous.
No, it's definitely pretty heavy, but a massive thing as far as self-development
Yeah.
and maturing, and becoming your own person, and sort of fending for yourself, really. You're washing your food,
Yeah.
everything has to be provided by you. Even just little things like your toilet paper and your hand washing, just little things.
Yeah,
Everything you gotta keep on top of things, and bills especially, and
No.
internet, everything adds up, and
Of course.
you're doing it all by yourself.
No, you
so.
tell us about it all the time, and we're like, fuck yeah, I'm not ready. I need a couple more years at least.
Yeah, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I think it's the best possible thing.
Yeah.
to
I mean, it'd
help
be
you.
good having like your own place, like
Exactly.
do what
It's
you want.
unreal,
like,
yeah.
Mate, you do what you want.
House.
You don't have your parents screaming at you in the morning, or your
Yeah.
dad waking you up and like,
Yeah.
oh, my dad wakes me up the other day. I thought you were going to work. I'm like, Dad, it's at 8. Why'd you wake me up at 6?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, fucking hell.
Yeah, I mean, some nights you skip dinner. Some nights, work a night shift and just come home and crash, and
Yeah.
you're able to do that. You don't have to tiptoe around. You can work till, if I work all day long till 3 and then do a night shift
Yeah.
until 3 a.m. and just a massive day, you can just come home, shower, whatever.
It helps. It's good when you have a good roommate.
Yeah, and
that's
especially
a good
having a good roommate as well. Nick's awesome.
Love you, Uncle Nick.
Everything happens for a reason. I literally met Nick on your job site.
Yeah.
So you're having house renovations done, and Nick was saying, I was chatting to him for a bit. He's a country boy, and he's come to the big city, and he was saying,
We got to get him on. He
get
wants to be on this.
yeah, we got to get
Yes.
Nick on here.
He wants to.
100%.
And he was like, oh, I'm looking for a place to go, and I was like, fuck, man. I go, I wouldn't mind getting my own place as well. And he goes, well, let's tee it up. And we sort of just didn't do anything about it. And then I thought, oh, fuck, mate, this could be a really good thing. And we ended up making it happen, and we moved in together, and he's up at the farm at the moment. But no, it's unreal. It's really good. Two young kids, and he's so motivated and so like-minded as far as the trade. He's going through his carpentry apprenticeship, and I've done my carpentry apprenticeship, so 2 carpenters there, and it's very good. We both come home and we have a beer together, and we're like, oh, we're fucked after the end of the day. Like, oh, how's your back? And we're just talking about work and what you built and all that jazz. But
it's good you have someone. It's good you have someone you can talk about that, because like me and Will, we can't relate to building 100%. Shit.
Yeah,
Will can after today.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine living someone that wasn't like-minded. That'd come home and you'd feel like you're walking on eggshells. Yeah, but he's the exact same. He's the exact same person as me. We go through the same stuff every day, and we chat about the same shit.
No, it's good. It's good you have him.
Yeah, it's absolutely unreal. And it all just came out of nowhere.
No, it did.
Everything happens for a reason. And
100%.
I'm glad I moved in with Nick. He's an absolute top bloke. One of the best guys and most genuine boys I've ever met. Mm-hmm. He's unreal.
So boys, we've all played sport growing up in our life. Like, what were the main stuff you played? Obviously, I know Will, and I know obviously somewhat, but let's talk about obviously me, basketball. That's my life pretty much. Talking about basketball.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've talked about a lot about the Jewish Olympics things. The boy made it.
He fucking made it.
Mate, did the concussion. I only played a couple hours and still made it. That's what's up. So
the Jewish Olympics is on.
Mate, the Jew of the Jewish Olympics.
King of the Jews.
King of the Jews. He's ready to go. So that'll be up everywhere. So a year from now, a bit less, July next year. So be on the look up. I'll definitely post all over my social media.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but what about you boys? What about?
I mean, I've done
do you have any sporting highlights or
I've played
any?
All the sports and I just quit them.
Will is the greatest. Will is so we call it Jake of all trades. We doesn't mean because it's his self. Is it self-given or where did that come up?
I don't know how it came about. I just sort of thought, I don't know, I was in the trade, and you always hear jack of all trades.
Yeah.
And then I ended up, a few years back, I ended up making my Instagram name Jake of all trades.
Best Instagram name. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah, for a bit of I don't know, I started up a little side hustle, just handymanning around, and made up some business cards and sort of put them around in cafes and got a lot of work out of it, and sort of just developed myself from doing, my own work through, people contacting me and getting photos, can you fix this? Can you do that? And there I am. So
he's a fucking goat now.
Yeah, just sort of picking up my own work, because being on apprentice wages, you sort of you're just getting by, and especially paying rent and stuff. So I picked up a lot of my own work and built up a little bit of a nice clientele, you could call it. I've got a few really good clients, a few really, really bad clients, but money's money at the end of the day, and you got to do what you got to do. So it's really helped. I sort of made the business cards as a joke in my first year with my first boss, and I thought it's something to work towards, having these cards. And I thought, fuck it, I've got, I customized some cards, and I got about 1,000 of them, and I think it was $50 at the time or something. And then I started posting them everywhere. I put them on a Bunnings billboard and all the cafes around Coogee and Bondi, and I just got hit up with a lot of work and almost too much work, because I would, I'd get all these text messages and calls and stuff for work, and I just thought, geez, this is a bit too much to take on at the moment. I'll do what I can and sort of just keep things close to home. But it went a bit wild for a bit, and I've sort of taken the foot off a little bit, but I've still got a really good a good clientele, and
that's good. At least you have people.
And if you do good work, people are going to ring you back, and they're always going to want.
Exactly.
I've had a few really good referrals.
So a lot of business comes from.
Yeah. If you've got a good client, they're going to refer you to other people, and they're usually good people too. So it just sort of builds off there, and hope to be something massive in the future. So
it's great. Honestly, good on you.
Yeah.
But back where we were at. So Will is a jack of all sports. If you know what I mean. Will is good at.
Will is the jack of all sports.
Will. I remember growing up, we went and played. We went soccer. We did league. We did union. We did we played tennis. He's done skateboarding, scootering, surfing, basketball,
and good at every single one of them.
He's good at every one.
Well, the reason I started rugby was I'd played league before that, and then I saw him playing union. I was like, fuck, this is cool.
I was
like 11 or like 12 maybe. Not even.
No,
like 11.
no, you were about 8 or 9.
8 or 9, yeah, you're right. And
Young.
then played that until I was like 16. I was like,
about that.
and I was always like really small. And then obviously I got bigger, not bigger, like taller.
But very coordinated.
What would you say is your best sport? You think, and I'll tell you what I think your best sport was.
Golf.
Probably golf. Like when I played.
Definitely golf.
Not maybe even. I was good at rugby when I was younger. I was pretty good at basketball. If I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, if you kept working.
And I was like decent all the sports I played like without sounding cocky. I was like decent at all of them.
I reckon it was surfing.
I never go like to the next level because like.
I reckon it was surfing. Because it was the only one that you qualified for a state tournament.
Yeah, but like.
How many people are going to say you qualified for a state tournament?
Like
then again, the boys representing Australia. So it's
I was always like, for the truth. I was always like decent in all the sports I played, but like I never get to like next level because like you get bored.
You gave up.
Especially like golf.
You gave up,
Like,
unfortunately.
I was like pretty good. Like I was decent.
You're a very good at golf player.
But like, cause like you're playing like what 4 hours. Like yeah.
What was your handicap at the best?
Oh, like 18.
Yeah, but like that was done in what 6 months? A year?
Yeah, 6 months.
6 months. You got to 18. How many people can say they got
6 to 18?
It's pretty good.
It's insane.
Well, like golf
Dropped
is such a long day, long sport. Like you and like if you play bad, you're like, well, fuck this. Like you just want to fucking like smack your club against your ball.
I don't get why Celine
Celine
for the Nelk boys liked it so much. I just couldn't.
Now it's more of a thing with your mates when you know
Yeah,
go
like
drinking for the day. And
mate, you do a couple
definitely an opportunity for another drink.
Couple of these ones, couple of hits,
couple
mate.
of
It's fucking unreal.
Yeah.
What about you, JT? What would you say like your best sport was back in the day? And what did you enjoy the most?
I wish I never gave up swimming. I swum my whole life and come from a background of swimming and I was really, really into that, but I sort of just got bored of looking at the bottom of a fucking pool. So I started playing footy and a few mates that I grew up with, you know, were playing footy, and I sort of jumped on the back of that and I played for a bit and I really enjoyed it and played junior bunnies, and that was about it. I didn't go much further than that. After that, it was sort of I started my apprenticeship, and then you know with the apprenticeship you're hardly going to go play rugby.
And you lost the time.
Yeah, I lost a lot of time doing my apprenticeship. So you sort of get home and there's just nothing else to your life than your apprenticeship. But
I guess as you get older as well, like more injuries.
Yeah,
body
exactly.
Gets more sore, like takes longer to recover.
Exactly.
So
you risk getting injured. So you don't want to play a game of footy on the Sunday and then you're rolling up to work Monday absolutely battered and bruised.
What was it like playing with like, you know, you played with a couple of pros before they came pro, but like a couple of future pros.
Yeah. I've played with a few really, really good boys. Yeah. Absolutely killing it to this day.
Were they that good like back then?
Oh God, yeah. Well, I played at an age that it was sort of young and it didn't really mean much, but you know they've definitely stuck with it and it's definitely paid off for them. You know, getting contracts and you know big shout outs from big names and stuff. So
100%. Some of them.
Yeah, the boys have definitely climbed the ranks, especially some boys in my group who have signed some big contracts.
Pro contracts.
Absolutely killing it. It's their life, and you know.
Hopefully we get. That would be cool if I could get one of them on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that'd be sick just playing a sport though, like.
Imagine you're playing sport for money.
You don't do a job, like your job is literally playing a sport and you get paid for it.
Exactly right.
Something like example like golf, you can play golf like literally like up to your 50s. Aren't there pros that are 60?
Look at some of the NBA players though, like they're making like what's LeBron making?
The highest. Lillard gets paid. Lillard gets paid 50.
Like imagine making
50 million a year. That it's not even a full year. They only play. They play from October till if they make. And the regular season ends about, I think it's just before your birth, maybe May, just around my birthday, and then that's it. And then if they make the playoffs, a couple of months.
But it's just like, your body's not made to play sports, so like your body, like especially when they all get older, like they're like gonna have like.
Well, look at LeBron right now. LeBron's getting hurt. He's barely even played this year because he's hurt all the time.
He's getting a bit old.
But he's very old.
19 years he's played. 19 years.
I mean,
it's a long time in the game.
Probably wants to play like. With his son one day though.
No, that's why he doesn't want to retire until his son's played.
How old is his son? Like 17, 16?
He's younger than you.
Big Bronny.
17, Bronny Jr.
He's a freak though. Oh, he's
like everyone like 5 years ago, people were like, oh, like LeBron wants to like he'll play with his son one day.
Mate, 5 years.
But like just imagine like you've gone professional and you've come from nothing, like and you've done so much.
He came
for,
from
like,
nothing.
Community,
He literally came from nothing.
And then one day like you're literally on the same court as your son.
Yeah.
That's like the most memorable thing you ever do.
Amazing.
That will be his highlight of his life.
That would be. So about music. So who we listening at the moment? Who we loving? Any?
Oh, geez, I go from 80s to electronic to R&B all in the same.
Do you remember your Spotify? Do you remember your Spotify rewind? Like who was your top 5?
Oh, Drake's been my top for the past 5, 6 years.
No, we know that,
Like
Mr. Drake himself.
I got my pop playlist, and then I got like my actual rap playlist.
He does.
Yeah.
We always got a bloody
Drake,
pop playlist.
Drake's album was pretty good. Kanye's was dog shit.
We got some bloody Doja Cat today. You hear a bit of everything on the playlist.
Bit of everything.
You do. You get a bit of everything. Not me though. It's just fucking hip hop, mainly American. Bit of British now. I do like myself some Stormzy. That's lovely,
English.
Yeah, drills are not bad, eh?
Drill's really
it's
good,
not
man.
bad. Still can't just shine. I don't get how you guys can lift a hefts or.
Well, you know who's good. Dano.
Dino. Oh, he's on it.
Yeah,
he's on.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
listened.
He's good.
Very good.
You like him as well.
Oh, I love all the English rap.
I got Will on Dino.
Yeah.
The fucking good. He's only your age as well. Very talented. I'm pretty sure.
He's a big boy though, isn't he?
Oh,
he's
mate.
pretty big.
He'd weigh like 110, 115, I reckon.
Far out.
Mad big bloke. And have you been? I know you've been to festivals. Do you want to go to any festivals?
We went for lunch at KFC today, and we're
literally talking.
Did you get the cake? By the way, did you get the chicken tender? I need to get that. I need to get the famous box, the new one.
We want like next year or like the year after something. We want to go to Europe.
Yeah, we'll go to Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
Oh, Glastonbury.
Like we want to like be able to live
well.
go like one of the top like EDM like what's his name?
EDM.
Yeah, like I forget their names, but like the top like artist. Like I do all like
DJs?
that stuff. Yeah, DJs.
No, I want to.
What's his name? Martin Garrix.
Martin Garrix. Dylan Francis up there.
We want to be able to like live that through like once in a life.
It's about to say Avicii, but he's dead.
Like that's not like it's very rare to hear someone say, "Oh, I've been to like these type of people." It's like
I don't care who plays in those big festivals.
Oh, it's one of those festivals.
As long as I'm there.
I want to go. No, just the ones in Europe. Like there's even like Leeds and Reading. These are just like.
Yeah.
Mate, they're not even big festivals. They get artists and they're getting 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Mate,
just imagine
Coachella wouldn't be bad to go to as well.
Coachella, oh, you have to go.
Like it's literally just like a live show at these like festivals. Like it's crazy.
Oh,
like
Coachella
hundreds
would
of
be
thousands of
amazing.
people. Like we were talking about like today we want to plan a holiday around it. Then go like Amsterdam, like all around Europe and stuff
mate,
like
cheeky
that.
Amsterdam, mate. They do the
Go
couple
to
drugs,
cafes.
couple drugs, couple red light
legal
districts. It's legal. That's the only reason I'm saying it.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Like
Red light district, mate. If you want to get a bit saucy. No, it's a mad vibe on it. It seems like a mad vibe because we had a friend. What was he? Our cousin's boyfriend. He's a friend. He went there and he was telling us all about it and about all the stuff. Then they just don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
Even illegal shit, they don't care. It's mate. It's looks like a fucking vibe.
Ibiza would be cool to go to.
Oh, that's a dream. Go on a couple, mate. You got to get a boat. Go around Ibiza during the day, and then go send it because after.
Yeah, like go out every
mate,
night.
the clubs and the bars are in fucking insane. They have some. I've seen this one club. They can fit like over 10, like close to 10k people.
Yeah.
Like some of those big clubs, like you'd be paying a bit to get into. Like we're talking about, like for the festival, we'd pay like good money. Like
obviously, if you're going all the way to there, you of course you'd be happy to pay. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I mean,
everyone comes from worldwide. Everyone comes from worldwide, anyways, to get to the big festival.
Did you see they had Splendid? Did you see Splendid the Grass House? That's the one in Byron Company.
Yeah,
but fucking, I wouldn't go.
Camp on the grass or some shit.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. Jack Harlow, Tyler Creator, Leroy might be going. I think.
I mean, like,
couple
when is it though?
Decent. That's next year, but we're seeing Leroy anyway. So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, well, like there's meant to be that field day on like January 1, but like a lot of people selling their tickets because like
COVID,
like, crazy at the moment.
Doesn't spread out, or does it? I don't even know now, bro. There's Omicron shit, anyways.
We're all gonna get it eventually.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, what 5,000 today record?
Oh, mate, almost 6 as I said. Almost 6. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything, anything? Okay, actually.
What was your highlight?
What is the highlight of the, since this is going to be I think this might be the last, this is the last episode of 2021, even though it just started.
Yeah.
We'll go around, we'll start with the youngest, we'll go the oldest. No, actually we'll go youngest, oldest, and then middle. And so what was your highlight of the year? Give me a couple. Give me 3. Give me 3.
Because it was like just before lockdown, like 8-10, like obviously good stuff.
100%.
Finishing like high school forever. That's probably a highlight because like I've never really liked high school, so I like staying there, everyone, but like I don't like the classes. Like,
it's fair enough.
Classes like
it's not for everybody.
It's like different uni. Like uni, you're like studying something you want to. Like high school's like you're like.
Oh, I love uni. You'll have such a good time next year.
Bullshit subjects like you're never gonna use it, like math. Like obviously not gonna use like that bullshit learning math again. But like finishing high school, like my age stay forever.
That's what's
like,
up.
It's massive.
Yeah, probably like that and like going away.
No,
that's probably my highlights. Like before lockdown, like and then like the end of lockdown, I guess.
JT?
Mate, not much great has come out of this year, but probably the biggest thing was finishing the apprenticeship.
Again, well done, well done again.
Probably the biggest.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really meant to finish until March, but
signed off early.
The boss was pretty happy with me, and he signed me off.
Mate, you're a hard worker.
Yeah, he signed me off, and happy days. It was
good on you.
I mean, he's literally said to you, the hardest worker out there. So.
I know you are. Is there anything else you would put in there?
No, I think every day's a great day. Yeah. And I'm just happy to be alive.
There you go.
No, even through COVID and all the bullshit, I'm just happy to be around and just working and training every day and just doing what I do. But I keep things simple, but it's the best way to do it.
I mean, I guess COVID didn't really affect your job except for like that 2 weeks.
Period.
But like you worked throughout the whole lockdown.
Was it 2 weeks off?
I think I had about 2 weeks off, and that was just
just
purely because of the job that I was on. I think I was on a big commercial job.
I mean, all of the trades got worked.
No, it was everybody for like 2 weeks. No, everybody. No, it was everybody.
Well, we went through a major lockdown, and sort of everybody was off, but I think it only fired things up as far as like getting a push on and getting jobs done. It only made more demand for all the trades to get shit done. 100%. So throughout COVID, whilst we could work, it was just full steam ahead, and I didn't really feel affected. A lot of people were without jobs and stuff, and I'm thinking, fuck, I wish I was one of those people. Yeah. But no, it was still good. Absolutely, really good.
At least you could. Mine are. So we got to put in. I think because I've been waiting so long for this, I've got to put our first legal night out with Will. Yeah. That was, I think, that first Gold Coast night. That was a good time.
Yeah.
So we've been waiting. Oh mate, we've been waiting so fucking long.
We spoke about like last couple of years ago.
Hurry up and grow the
fuck up. I know.
And then it like hurry up. Like Will finally, and then we went into lockdown. It's like we can't fucking go out.
I've got to put this in there. I've been loving making this, and just having different people on and just. Being a vibe, and then obviously I got to put in the basketball thing because and one more, UTS got into the dream uni.
Exactly right. So another big thing.
Right, I've had a good year. I really even obviously lockdown we had all those months off. I've had a good last couple of years. I can't lie. Yeah. Way better than 2020 and 21 has for me has been a lot better than 2018 and 19.
Yeah, definitely life changing. Anyways.
100%. But So now we do this thing called the 10. Unless there's anything else. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Bring it on. Bring it on.
So we've got the 10. So for some of these you won't be able to answer because there's, this first one, for example, is tell us about your most recent social media post. And then if you don't post a lot, like yourself, you can explain why you don't post a lot.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll go first if you want. Is that the first question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't really post too much. I'll see what my recent post was.
It was you and I can't remember.
Was it? It was for whose birthday was it?
It was a mate's birthday.
Yeah, one of my mate's birthday. We went to Slim's rooftop and we were just all there, absolutely killing it. Just drinks on drinks, bar tab after bar tab after bar tab.
When you send it, you go hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it was actually a really, really good night. It was really nice weather, great afternoon, and we all got together. But in general, I don't really post much. I just feel like if you know me, you know me, and if you don't, you don't. And I sort of just, I feel like a lot of social media these days is, people trying to prove who they're not. And
a lot of it is like
great fucking point.
You just want to show off for your mates, so it's like no one cares.
All it is just a big show off and trying to, I think it's a bit of self-validation as well, trying to get the likes and trying to get this and people to comment and reply. I think
especially like birthday posts, like people always know still like happy birthday, but like if you actually like the genuine mate, like you fucking send them an actual message.
I give them a call.
Instead of showing like all your followers or like whoever follows you, like stuff like that, like who your mate is. Like
Jake,
no one cares.
It's like my Facebook. Like fuck, I've never really told anybody this, but I change my birthday on my Facebook twice a year. So
do you? That's unreal.
Mate. Because if you know it's my birthday, you're obviously gonna ring me or tell me happy birthday, whatever. But when it comes up on Facebook and stuff, I just think like fuck that, like some random who I don't know telling me happy birthday.
It's a bit weird. Eh?
Yeah, like when it's like a close mate, it'd be like an actual close mate. But when it's just like someone you hang out with occasionally, it's like
what I do. I'll send a private message or call, and then I'll put up the Facebook post. I'm not just doing one of the.
Like I send them a message before I posted something.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm like, because it's like a couple funny photos and stuff, shits and gigs, Yeah. Do you even? Okay, this is a good one. This isn't do with the questions. You can answer the first question after. Do you know Will's birthday, my birthday, and then do you know my birthday and Jake's birthday? Because I know both of yours. You have to.
I know your birthday, obviously. 28th of May.
Yep.
I honestly
I know Jake's.
You know it off heart.
Yeah.
So I don't know anyone's birthday. Like,
No
I
way.
never used to know
Either do
dad's. I never used to know my dad's birthday.
Do you know Will's?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I actually don't.
I mean, mine's pretty easy because like the June long weekend.
It's the June long weekend.
Yeah.
You are the 7th of March.
Oh, he's good.
Wow, yeah.
He studied us before he
I
did.
didn't. No, I didn't.
He
I didn't. I know it. I know it. I swear on my life.
He has studied this before. I mean, he didn't look at my Facebook with that because that would tell you a wrong indication of
I
my
know
birthday.
it. I know it, mate. I remember.
So no, you know what? You probably do actually know my birthday.
No, I do.
Because my Facebook will say something
I'm good.
different.
I
I'm
knew
good.
your birthday was March, but
I'm good with mates' birthdays. Every person I've had on recent podcasts, I can tell you the birthdays. We went through them.
Yeah.
100%. I'm trying to think. Oh, maybe a couple, but majority of them I know. Like I know Bogo, who was on the last one, know his because it's the same day as mine, but in February.
Yeah.
But
It's a good way to remember.
Yeah, it is. No, but Will, you've got questions to tell us about the recent social media posts. You're on and off. You're on and off.
Sometimes like I won't post for like a year, and then I'll just like post. I posted a couple schoolies. Just like not even
They
like
were
actual
funny.
photos.
There were some funny
Those
photos.
like funny photos I took. Like nothing would like.
Yeah,
be
shits and
next to
gigs.
it. It's like
No,
funny
exactly.
photos, like,
100%, bro.
Because like I don't obviously I don't care what people think of like what I post. Like who
Exactly.
I am. Like I'm not like that type of person.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Like I don't care what people think about me at the end of the day.
No.
But no, it's like funny photos. Just like
No, I'm the
like,
same.
funny moments we had. Like I'm schoolies like. I have like no photos. Like I didn't like pull my phone out to like video that shit.
Yeah, mate. We locked our phones in safes.
Yeah, like
So I've gotten pretty much no evidence of
Yeah.
schoolies. We
Like,
locked them
obviously
away and left them behind. We
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want them. We
Yeah,
Exactly.
fair.
Well, you want to enjoy it. Like you don't want to be like one of those people that
Yeah.
takes photos of every single thing. Like
Yeah,
obviously I got
yeah.
a few photos. Like I posted like 2 different posts about like a couple photos, like 4
I'll
photos
tell
maybe.
you.
Yeah.
So how I feel. So you obviously know I am crazy with my phone because I
Yeah,
always
you
love.
post a lot.
I post a lot, but it's because of I like to take photos. I like to capture the moment, and then I'm not doing it for anybody else. I don't care what anybody else. The only thing I care about, or obviously the only thing I want to post and I want people to see is this because I want to grow this. But apart from that, I just post because I want to share and I want to look back. And I've done this a lot recently. I want to look back and go on my phone, look back a year ago, and be like, oh yeah. I looked at my Instagram story. You can go look at all your old ones.
Yeah,
I'm like, shit. Yeah, that's right. This time last year we were in Darwin, for example.
Well, like
we
our
were.
area is just like
Oh, you have some people
pull your
that.
phone out before you like actually like say it.
Oh,
Yeah.
some people.
Everyone like when our parents were kids, like obviously like they didn't have that shit. So
Mate, they
like you actually say everything like and you
When
just try to
we'll-
remember before you say it. Like our area is just like everyone fucking
Oh,
posts
of
every
course.
single thing there is.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
No, 100%.
like everything's on the internet now.
It's a massive front.
It is.
Yeah,
Everything's on the
it's-
internet, so that's where you just
it's
have
just
to
all,
be.
like,
You have to
advertisement
be
now.
yourself. You have to be yourself at the end of the day. Anyway, let's move
Exactly.
on to the next question. So, who's your biggest inspiration? It can be as boring
I
as
don't
saying
really
as your
like-
parents, or it can be as interesting as saying
I don't
Jesus
really-
Christ.
I don't really have like an actual inspiration, like someone like I want to be like. 'Cause, like I just want to be myself
What-
at the end of the day.
But does someone
But,
inspire
like,
you?
Inspire, like my parents obviously inspired me to be a better person, like do what
Yeah.
I want in life. But like, I wouldn't say that like, they're my inspirations, like because I
That's
don't want
fair
to be
enough.
like.
It
Someone
can
else.
just
I
be
just
someone
wanna
that
be,
inspires you.
myself at the end of the day.
That's
so.
fine, Jake. What about you?
I think who inspires me is the person who I don't want to be. So
Oh wow, that's
yeah.
deep.
Jeez, I got
That
deep.
is
that's
deep.
a
I
big
got
one,
deep
yeah.
there.
That's
I sort of-
unreal. Wow,
Yeah,
I've never.
yeah.
I love to say this whenever
Yeah,
someone brings up
yeah.
something different. That is a great answer because no one said that. That's the first
No,
time.
I think I'm a big thinker, and I think like I always think like scenarios, and you know, I'm always a close observer of what other people have been through and mistakes that other people made, and I sort of take note. And another thing that I've never really told anybody, I've got a massive diary, and
I didn't know
nobody's probably seen it, but you know,
Didn't even know about it.
as things sort of happen, and you know, good and bad, I write in my diary and say, you know, this has happened, or I've done this, especially my own mistakes, just to try and not make them again, because one, they're either going to be costly, or they're going to cost something in your life that's going to affect you. Everything
Yeah.
has repercussions at the end of the day.
100%.
So, you know, you see somebody do something wrong, or you've been through something, and you sort of steer away from, you know, not trying to be that person. And, you know, I don't base my whole life on it, but
Good reflection, I guess.
yeah, I definitely think that, you know, you
good to look
learn
back.
from other people's mistakes, and you know, you hear about someone doing this or someone doing that, but I think I really try and base my life off mistakes that other people have made and try and avoid it at all costs.
I mean,
And then
even,
look
like,
at the benefits of what people have done and sort of, you know, bring that into my own life.
I mean, yeah, like even like mistakes you've made, I guess like you're not gonna fail. I mean, you're not gonna succeed unless you fail, obviously.
And
Exactly
but
right.
the best thing about it is, say, as I said, just with the social media thing, going back from you go and say a year from now, and you look back and you're like, oh shit, I did this and this, and now look at me now. I'm not doing that. I'm doing better. I'm a better person than I was a year ago. You know what I mean?
Exactly right.
It's unreal. That's great, mate. There's the best answer to that question so far. No, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying it to say it, bro. Like honestly, let's here's a fun one. Worst drunk experience.
Oh, I've never
drunk. Some people.
Never been like overly smashed. Like unlike you, like where I've been like.
We know the Newcastle story.
Like I got. I mean, like, I've had like experiences where I've like been like pretty drunk. Where like I've had a few chunders, but like I don't even bummer much. Like.
Do you have a worse?
Like I can handle like. Now I can handle my.
You could have one. Well. You could have one bad one.
I mean, Darwin wasn't like I wasn't overly drunk.
I wouldn't even say that you're worse. You definitely had worse.
At the shape the other week, maybe like 3
weeks
ago.
This is funny.
I had like exam. I was during my HSC. I went to the shape the night before my HSC exam. So like it was like a week before that. I went to the shape, and like we're there for like an hour.
No, you.
I was there for an hour and a half.
No. You were there about a couple. It was about a couple.
But like I didn't drink for that last half hour because I was like, fuck this. In the first hour and a half, I had like maybe like 11 drinks.
Oh what?
And I was like, fuck. Like I didn't realize until the next morning when I looked at my bank, I was like, fucking hell, I've got like 11 different transactions for different drinks. Like some of them were like 2 drinks.
Yeah.
And like an hour and a half. And I walked out, I was like to Sam, I was like, nah, I'm going home. And it was like 12 o'clock, not even.
No, it was like 11 something. Yeah, I think it was maybe 11:15 on the day.
And then I walked outside and the security was like looking at me. I was like, just like walking, like couldn't walk in a straight line. And I just started spewing. I was like, fuck me.
I didn't even know about this either. I called him and he's like.
Up in Double Bay and it's like my house all the way here. So I was like. Walked down and like, yeah, fuck this. I started vomiting and then like I sat on the curb.
I think you called me. You called me at this point.
They were like, fuck off. And I was like, mate, like I'm not moving on. Security were yelling at me. I was like, fucking just leave me alone, mate. I'm having a spew. Like,
yeah.
Like, fucking leave me alone. But yeah, that was pretty funny though. Like,
that was a good one.
I've never been like drunk to the point where I'm like passed out. Like I wouldn't like, cause like obviously I wouldn't like get to that point. That's just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But like, I can handle my alcohol most of the time.
Good man. Good man. Big man, what about you?
I'm not really much of a massive drinker, but
everybody has one.
I definitely love a beer, but I don't drink myself into oblivion. That's for sure. Probably me and all the boys. We went down the coast. Went to Huskinson's. It's just down the coast. Well, Huskinson's, but.
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know I forgot the actual area, but
doesn't matter.
Yeah, we went down there for a little boys' weekend, a bit of a getaway. I actually think it might have been a long weekend. And I was absolutely steaming, pissed out of my mind. And we went back, and I think I jumped in the bath. All the boys were carrying on, drinking and stuff out the back, and having a blast. And I was like, fuck it, I'm so tired. I'm gonna sit down and have a bath. And I had a bath just randomly because the hot water. It sounds so weird. But the hot water was so good, and I was just absolutely obsessed with it because where I was living, I was like, I would always have cold showers and stuff because I never really had really good hot water. So it was like, it'd be hot for 1 minute and then you just have freezing cold showers. So I was like, fuck, I've just gone to somewhere with steaming hot water. I was like, I'm going to have I'll get around there. I'm going to have a bath.
Oh, 100%.
And then I remember I hung my towel over the towel rail and I finished up in my bath and I knew I was really drunk. So I was trying to be careful, obviously, but I don't remember anything that happened after that because I must have reached for my towel and slipped and I've hit my head on the bath. It was like a bath.
Concuss yourself probably.
Yeah, I did. I definitely did concuss myself. So there was a shower like within the bath and sort of just all in one. And I was getting out trying to reach over to my towel and I slipped and split my head open. Well, I didn't split my head open, but there was blood. There was blood on the bath. And then my mate was in the ensuite. He was laying down and he walks in. He goes, "What's just happened?" And I look at him and I say, "Oh, what's just happened?" I said, "I really like." And he goes,
"I remember."
He goes, "Mate, what did you just do?" And I go, "Mate, I don't know. What's just happened?" And I had no memory. I was completely
didn't you lose
concussed.
your memory from like the whole day?
No, I lost all my memory
from what happened before.
And he says, get out of the bath. Like I heard a massive bang. I think you've slipped in the bath and smashed your head.
Hurts my head hearing it.
And I thought, fuck. Okay, all right. I need to get up and get out. And so he sat me down and all the boys were dancing about in the room. And then someone would talk to me and I would forget it. Not even a minute. A second later, someone would talk to me and I would forget what they would say. And I didn't want to freak everybody out. I sort of just wanted to lay low and think like, well, I've hit my head. Obviously, something's obviously happened, but I don't want to scare anybody.
Yeah.
And then my mate comes up to me and he goes, "Mate, you're concussed. You're really badly concussed." And he goes, "Don't freak out." He goes, "I know you're trying not to freak anybody out. good mate of mine who's been through footy injuries and stuff, so he knows exactly what it's like. So I've personally never ever been concussed. So
it's not fun.
For him to calm me down and say this, mate, you're concussed. Just relax.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fine. You're alive.
Yeah.
And then everybody carrying on with the night, and I sort of walked away. I got really tired really quick.
Yep.
So I walked
Big
off.
symptom.
Big symptom. I walked off to bed and I was really tired. I thought, fuck, I really need a nap. Anyways, one of the boys, he come in and he goes, where's JT? And I go, and he goes, oh, I think he's just going to have a nap. And he goes, get him up now. Like the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do with a concussion is go and sleep, because you may not wake up. Like something serious can really happen.
After that first, let's say 10 hours after.
Yeah, because you could have
12,
bleeding in your brain or something.
You don't want to what you want to do. Well, what they do. I've had 3 and been rushed to hospital 3 times. They want you within those 10 hours, get scanned, stay at the hospital for a couple of hours, make sure they're okay, and then go sleep once you get back home.
Yeah, so my mate Chog was like, get him up. Like he can't be asleep. Like it's the worst thing you can do if you've got a concussion.
Not at all, yeah.
And then I was sitting on the couch and I was, just trying, they made me aware of, you can't go to sleep because, you've hit your head, you need to stay awake. And they're talking to me and they're trying to keep me alert and awake and stuff. And everything was just going in one ear and out the other. I couldn't remember everything. And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, I'm brain damaged for life. The way I felt was the scariest thing in my life, and hands down, scariest thing in my life was that moment. And I just thought,
especially when you're not yet near your house, like you're in a different area, like you don't know about. That's more scary.
I was drunk, so my mind was already in all sorts, and then I've just concussed my. You would say my name and I would just think, what did you just say? I had no memory, and then the next day I woke up and I was fine. I was actually completely fine. I was really really fine after that, and
lucky.
I think just back on the drink, but I was happy days after that. But in the moment, definitely the scariest moment in life. I thought, geez, I'm a veggie. I've literally just fucked my brain up for life. Like
that's how I felt. That's how I felt on my recent one.
Yeah, like
you were in Melbourne as well, so
yeah. I feel apart from I didn't have alcohol, but I feel.
No, you just forget. You forget everything, and they go, "How did you do it?" And I go,
couldn't tell you.
Especially when you're drunk as well. Yeah.
Especially when you're drunk, it just does not help at all.
Move on to the next question. So, number 4, boys. Who was your first celebrity crush?
After you, brother.
After you, mate.
I mean,
I might have to think about this one.
I honestly wouldn't not be able to remember. My first celebrity crush was probably like Megan Fox.
When she was like stealing my one. He's stealing my
one. Transformers. That's probably like the first, I don't know, like as far as I can remember back. I'm sure there's obviously others, but probably Megan Fox. Scene, when she was like a lot younger.
Mate, the scene she lifts off the car hood and then the fucking air goes in it. Oh, mate.
No, that's a good one.
That's a beauty.
Probably she's my first from what I can remember.
Do you have any at the moment?
No, I just yeah.
Just like with me, eh?
Yeah, no. Like Kendall Jenner's like.
Oh, he's one of
I
them.
reckon she's hot, because.
A bit of bone.
She's not fake.
Like some bony women.
No, she's not fake like all the other Kardashians, like all the, plastic bullshit.
Fair. Nothing wrong with that. JT, mate, you first.
Probably I'd say Selena Gomez.
Oh, she's one of mine right now.
I'd definitely say Selena Gomez.
Back in,
just watching Wizards of
Waverly Place.
Yeah. Oh my god, absolutely obsessed with her.
Mate, I would hit that right now. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, she's unreal. Such a genuine person as well. No, she seems like a really, really good chick.
And the next one, fellas, what's your favourite activity to do? This is actually a good one.
Well, like in general?
Mine's basketball. So what's your favourite?
What's yours?
My favourite activity? Whoa.
Don't say work.
I'd say work.
Come on, now something else.
I don't know. Probably.
You like to golf for a bit?
I do like playing golf.
Golf's good. Like if you don't play it too much, like it's nice to go over hit with a few of the boys. So.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like a chill day. It's like basketball where you're fucking sweating your ass off.
Mate, you got to though.
Like having a hit, going driving the car, have some beers.
Yeah, fair.
That's probably my favourite activity as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely golf. Golf and surfing.
Oh, mate, you're missing a big one.
I mean, the difference.
I thought you were gonna name.
I mean, the best thing about surfing is like.
The pump line.
Obviously, I like the gym, but that's religion.
Yeah, true. So like,
you go to church, you go to the gym. Gym's
mate, that's the real job.
Yeah,
I'm not a trade. You mate, you're trading on the fucking on the weights.
Surfing's also good because like you just go out there, even if you're catching waves.
Yeah, you boys went to
you sit down the wall, like it's cools you down in the hot summers.
You boys went to Manly the other day.
You don't have your phone.
How'd you like that?
Oh, it was good. Surfing, it just clears your mind out completely.
Started
You know,
hailing
you've
them
got
out
no phones, no surround sound. You're focusing on who you're with and a few waves. And I think surfing's absolutely unreal.
Was it good waves at Manly?
It's good for your mindset.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. We went out in the middle there, and it was a bit rough, and we walked down to the north side of it, and it was so much better.
Mm-hmm.
But
started hailing them way out there.
It started hailing.
And like lying down, we didn't have like the rash.
Yeah.
Like just like a backboard shorts. Like you could feel it in your back. And like,
it was
it actually
rashing your back.
It
was like hurting.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
mate,
That's cooked.
And it was a really, really big storm coming, and we're like, shit, we may as well stay out.
Yeah, fair enough. Eh?
And we did, but it was
the waves get crazy.
Good.
The waves get quite choppy then.
Oh, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. It was more it was more onshore wind, but the rain was definitely hitting the water.
Stayed up like 15 more minutes, and then because I was sick, so I was
back in
the
you were
Sunday
so
car
cut
for
on roll,
like
eh?
45
Will
minutes,
went in.
and they went back
You finally sound alright today. Honestly.
Yeah, I feel better today.
And next one, fellas. Best place you ever travelled to?
I mean,
I think I know what yours is gonna be.
I know.
I don't know what yours is.
I mean, probably like New York, because I've been there in like
New York's so good,
only because
mate.
like I've been there in the summer, which is completely different to the winter when I've been there.
I love it in the winter.
Like in the winter, I was sick the whole time. In the summer, it's like your throat gets sore because like the air's so shit. But like when you grow up, it's like New York, like you know, like everyone wants to go to New York, like the city that never sleeps.
No,
so
mate, it's unreal.
It's just like it's all like a 20-hour plane ride if it was like one way. If it was like that,
20,
but
that's
it'd be
20.
more than that maybe. But like when you dream
flights.
up, like you hear the songs about New York, like
Mate,
all the rappers like rapping about New York, like Jay-Z and all that.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
Keys.
it's just like a really memorable Alicia Keys, Empire State of Mind. It's just like a memorable place. Like I've been to New York.
Have you been?
Never been to New York.
Oh,
no.
you got to. Like
it's a long plane ride.
So, you know, you would have done almost as long as plane runs. What's your longest plane run?
Probably LA.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's another 5
hours.
It's another 5
hours.
hours. You can cop another 5 hours.
But no, like New York's like you got like this like the massive park, Central Park, like it's massive, and then you got like.
But it's unreal though, eh?
You got like the water all around it, like around the city, and then you got the massive city. It's like
Central Park,
all that everything.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just like so cool.
So many things to do there. You won't be bored. Yeah, you won't be bored. Unless you're one of those people that like just doesn't like sightseeing, just likes being chilling the whole time.
Yeah.
But like you have
you
to.
don't have the sights in New York. Like Central Park isn't sights in like you.
Technically,
Mum and I we rode bikes around
yeah.
New York like in the summer. Like it's weird because like the summer is like 30 degrees and you go in the winter and it's like negatives, like massive blizzards.
I like it in the winter. Honestly, me and Will were both there in the winter twice, and I had a great time.
Yeah,
honestly,
but the difference is like in the winter, like you have to put so many layers on, and then like it's still freezing. In the summer, like you wear a t-shirt, shorts,
mate,
and like you go wherever the fuck you want.
But you're a couple fits there. Like here, it doesn't ever get that cold. How often do you wear pants with a jacket and a hoodie here?
I mean, you wear
couple
pants
times a year, maybe.
Like, you're not wearing
very few
layers.
Couple times a year, not even.
Very few.
Mate, this year we didn't have that. I barely wore pants all year. But then New York, you rock some doozy fits, mate. Like,
I guess you gotta dress up. Like in New York, everyone dresses up.
Oh yeah,
Like,
people use the outfits are unreal.
And that's the cool thing about America. Like it's so diverse. Like everyone wears different shit.
Especially
like,
New York and LA, especially, it's very multicultural.
Like in Sydney, especially, like everyone wears the same shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
You go in your button-up shirt and your shorts, or your normal white shoes. Like in New York, it's like this cunt's got Jordans. Like everyone's got, like
that guy might be wearing Yeezys. Yeah.
All like the different stores. Like it's just. Sick. Like and like you go to Soho.
Oh,
it's like the streets are like made of like I don't know what it's like. It's like I don't know what it is, but like everything's just different.
It's a beautiful city, honestly.
It's just like it's like diverse.
Mate, it is the city. It honestly, it is this. It is the city. It's the because New York. It's the whole thing's a city. It's just like Sydney, but like times 10,000.
There's like districts. Like you have like the jewelry district, the meat packers district.
Yeah,
It's like districts, just like whatever.
Dope.
It is.
So dope.
Like Manhattan, like all that. So.
And let's go back to the question. Your favorite place you've been to?
Oh mate, I'd definitely say my heart's in Bali.
Knew it. I knew it was gonna be that.
I mean, Bali's a fun place.
Oh, Bali's unreal. We've all been to Bali together. When
we've been together.
A few times.
Yeah.
A few good times.
I think last time would have been terrible. It was.
I'd love to go back to Bali.
We got to go back and experience it, like when we were over 18.
One thing I do remember when we were in Bali, like it was like the sand was like black.
Nico, Hotel Nico, I don't know Hotel Nico.
But like I remember like the sand was black and white. I like some resort.
Oh, the hot sand, right? And we went on the boards.
He was like his feet were burning. And
Yeah.
burning. And burning.
Well, surfing or something, I think.
No, we just wanted to go for a swim and like the sand was like.
I do remember the black sand. It was burning.
Sand was like proper hot.
Oh, my feet were burning. I mate, especially the hot plate, I get so fucking burnt.
Yeah, well, the
like,
black attracts the heat as well, so it was red hot.
Mate,
I do.
You couldn't even take a step.
remember
You
that.
couldn't take a step on.
Yeah, I do remember.
Nah, but that was fun. Bali is a fun place.
Have you done the You surely would have done the drinks they do in Bali, the ones where they put like they put all the different shots and stuff, and then they pour something over. I don't know what it's called, bomb or something.
I haven't really
drunk.
I haven't really drunk much in Bali. Well,
bucket.
a few
It's a
times,
bucket.
but I haven't been there at the age I am now. So
have you not been there since you've been 18?
I have definitely drunk in Bali, but like I've never had any like big wild nights. I think I might have had one or two. I think I went to Engine Room, which is like a club there, which is like pretty famous.
Yeah.
And something Garden, I think it was called. I don't know.
Anyways.
Yeah, another club there, which was pretty good. I think it was my first club I've actually ever been to. Sky Garden, I think it might have been called. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And DJ Havana Brown was there.
No way.
Yeah.
Is that the one
Mate, you always see her.
Yeah,
You and her have a thing. You and her have a thing, I swear.
Yeah, it's probably my next crush, DJ Havana Brown. I was at a festival in Queensland, and she had a like a balaclava like bandana thing over her. I think it might have been over her head, or no, it was tying up her hair. It was like holding her hair back. I think.
It was.
And I had a holy moly sun visor on. And I pointed at her when I was at the front of the stage, and then I sort of like signaled, to do a hat swap. I was like, I'll give you this if you give me that. And then she sort of came down, and there's a big
while
video.
She was performing.
Yeah, while
That's
she was
crazy.
performing, and she sort of like stopped her performance to,
she posted on Instagram.
Yeah, she
put
put
you were in it like throwing the hat at her or something.
Jake made the gram. JT made the gram.
I made her gram, and she sort of came down to the stage and tossed me her bandana sort of thing. And then I threw up the hat, and she wore the hat the whole night. And then after her performance, she got photos with these celebrities, and she was still wearing my hat. I was
She
like,
had all the cool looking hats with it on.
Yeah. She got photos with the hefts, and she still had my hat on, and I've still got her bandana in my top drawer.
Crazy.
There you go.
I'd never get rid of that thing.
I couldn't, mate.
Definitely
That's so fucking sick.
Yeah, it was unreal. Seriously, you couldn't believe it. I was up on somebody's shoulders, trying to get the bandana, and I caught it, and then she got my hat and was wearing it, and she's such an awesome chick.
Yeah.
I was on it. That was a really good highlight.
That's how.
Now where are we gonna see her next?
I don't know actually.
We'll go to some random thing and she'll be there. Put money on it, eh?
Yeah, I follow her on Instagram. She's always somewhere partying and DJing somewhere. But she's seriously awesome. Yeah.
And next one, what are your goals for the next year or two?
My next year or two. I sort of just want to stay where I am now, and
That's good. Yeah,
just get better at what I'm doing and become the best I can be in my trade, and
that's what you want.
Just learn as much as I can. I'm still young. I'm still 20. I maybe on paper qualified, but there's still a lot to know, and it's very diverse in carpentry specifically. But I definitely want to learn as much as I can before I go out on my own and do my own thing and have my own boys in my own company and stuff.
100%.
So
I'll take your time. No rush.
Definitely want to learn as much as I can and just be the best. And
fair. Fair enough. Will?
I mean, obviously I'll be at uni, so there's not much I can really do, but like...
Do you want to be switching unis by then?
Well, obviously, yeah. But like, I'll be working here, so like, have my own little like clientele base.
Ooh.
For like when I do
hey, that's what's up.
I like to gain like clients and stuff, and then like start to like build my own little thing. I guess that's for like a 2-year goal, I'd say. So.
No, that's
still very young as well.
I'll be 20.
Just
so,
turned
like,
18.
You're only like not going to achieve like
you're gonna be our age.
by the time you're 20. So.
Exactly, gonna be our age. I really.
Like I guess that's.
Mate, it's gonna be weird when he's 28. It's even weird he's 18 now.
I guess that's a.
Well, you'll be 24.
2 years, 22.
22.
When I'm 20.
Yeah,
weird, bro.
Quickly 22.
Mate.
Illegal to drink in America.
I know, you still won't be.
I still won't be.
Mate, when we're going, I'm not. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
it's shattered.
Yeah.
And where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5 years?
So this is not goals based, it's just where you see, honestly, where you see yourself.
That's a hard question. Like 5 years, like...
I know, it's a stupid question.
It like 5 years.
It's stupid questions, but that's why I like these questions. They, they get you thinking.
5 years. I don't know. What do you reckon, JT?
I definitely want to be established. Like, I could say I'm established now, but
I think
it never stops. So
I think you have your own business by then. I reckon.
I definitely want to have my own.
Or at
business
least thought about it.
I've sort of set a goal by 25. I want to get off the tools completely. So
project management.
You know, through my builder's course that I'm doing, and you know, go to uni and do project management and just sort of steer away from the tools. I want to master the trade first and then manage the trade.
It's a good way.
That's my goal. I don't want to be fucking my body for the rest of my life, course, and mate. You know, have to labor and be on the tools to be able to earn my money. I sort of want to sit back and and run things and get a better, like a massive aspect of like the whole job itself. And I just want to really master my trade first before I go into management and you know run everything.
No, 100%. No, it's good that you have you have goals and you have you have an idea of what you want to do.
So that's probably the goal. Is just get off the tools in the next 5 years.
That's good.
And I'm happy to sort of step back and just manage things.
No, good on you, Willie.
Yeah, I guess the end result for me would be like eventually, like not obviously in the next.
So I
5
assume
years,
you'd be
but
done
like
with uni by then.
Years,
by uni by then.
In the next 10 years, I guess take over the family business. And that's like it's my thing. By the next 5 years, honestly, it's a hard.
Done. You'll be done with uni.
Yeah, obviously done with uni the next year. But like, I don't know. End result of everything would be to take over the company and like be my own boss.
There you go, mate. If that's
I'd
what
love
you
to
want to
be my
do.
own boss and not work for like an actual like a different company.
No, fair enough.
Because like I'm interested
Make your own
in all the finance stuff. So
make your own company.
Yeah, but good thing about taking over a pre-existing company is like got all the clients there.
Everything's established.
Everything's there, as long as
Exactly. I couldn't do finance. No.
Yeah, so
not a chance for me.
That's the end result. I especially like maybe expand like in 5 years is a hard question. Like if it was like 10 to like 12 years, like expand the business to like other stuff, bigger office, stuff like that. So make
fair
it a big
enough.
company.
Mate, we can answer this in 5
see
years
one day.
and see what we're like, eh?
Yeah, 5 years I couldn't tell you.
100%.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Okay,
that's the big one.
That's a good one.
So I'll be done with uni. I want to at least, so hopefully that's a couple of years of, working the 9 to 5 job. And hopefully I've now thought about creating my own company.
Yeah.
That's in obviously advertising, film, and then I want to try and continue this podcast to some extent. So maybe by then I'm the next Joe Rogan, the Jewish version or something.
Everything media related.
It's just media related, but I want to at least either have my company at least thought about, and when I mean thought about, not just like right now, like I want to do this, but like thought about it as in I've got people down, I've got my business plan down. I know what I'm going to do exactly.
Yeah.
I've maybe looked at buildings and stuff, and then I want to start it in the next 5 to 7.
Having a podcast is like a good side thing for if you're in the advertising industry.
Oh, it is. And like people look at this.
Advertising, it's
great thing on your resume.
So
it's a great thing on your resume.
It's a great thing, yeah.
And let's move to the next one. Is there anything you're working on at the moment? And my example for that is obviously I'm working on this. And not something the main thing, as in, but maybe you work on yourself. Maybe you're working on your mental health. Something like that.
I'm doing my accreditation for finance.
Mate, big finance man.
Next week, so I'll be fully qualified.
Mortgage broker, Will Frazer. Here we go.
Probably more like equipment finance, like cars, stuff like that, like heavy machinery, that more expensive stuff.
Finally did it.
Qualified in that, so I can like actually like work with clients with accreditation.
There you go. That's what's up.
Yeah. So then while I'm at uni, I'll work part time here. Bring in business, stuff like that. So for equipment finance. So
that's good.
That's what I'm working on at the moment. Yeah.
And by the way, we'll keep saying here because this is from my mum and dad's office.
Yeah.
KT.
Don't know. Oh, mate, I'm just gonna work on myself.
Mate, that's fine. Honestly,
just try and be
number one thing.
Just try and be the best I can be.
Oh, good on you.
Obviously, I'm so trade related. Everything a bit in my life revolves around somewhat of the trade.
Yeah.
When you do an apprenticeship and you're in that game, it sort of consumes your life, but you sort of make the best of it as far as fitting everything else in. And you lack within yourself as far as your mental health and your eating and your health habits and your physical habits and going to the gym and sort of getting everything. So after a long day of work, I really want to start focusing. Well, I'm doing a pretty good job of it, trying to manage everything at once.
Oh, yeah, mate.
Well, first 4 years on obviously your apprenticeship years will be the hardest because you're getting dog shit paid on the worst work.
You're working terrible hours.
You're trying to learn stuff, but
it's sort of hard to find motivation outside of work to do this and do that and do this.
Especially hard to get motivation if you're not getting paid good money to do shit stuff.
Exactly.
So, if you're making bank, you can sort of look past all the shit and go, well. I did that all for great money and let's look forward. I can do this and travel here and, challenge yourself. Like I did the island challenge a few weeks back, which was a pretty big thing because I struggle to find time to, work on myself physically and,
you need it though. That's the
push
thing.
boundaries.
I mean, it's a big swim, so.
Oh, it was massive. It something that I wasn't used to. You know, one of my best mates, we got into the pool, and every day after work, and you know, he's doing the trade as well. So it was a big thing, you know, trying to even just get to the pool and train every day. And the pool was sort of our thing back in the day. Like we used to swim together, and we thought, you know, fuck it, let's do this island challenge, just sort of push ourselves. You know, we come home from work and we're just busted up every single day, and you know, not much gets achieved. You know, we'll go to the gym the odd occasion and get around that, but going to the pool was good fun. And you know, we got back into shape and we were like ready for this big swim, and we hit the ocean and we're like, fuck, this was no pool session, this was this was quite intense. You know, there's waves. It was a massive swim. You know, you look at it wedding cake and you think, oh, it doesn't look too far, but geez, when you're swimming against the current, you know, it's you know, 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. So,
deep water, like you look down, like,
and you're shitting yourself. You're out in the deep.
Would be.
You're out in the deep, and the visibility that day was very bad. It was, you know, overcast. It was raining a little bit, and
it rained for weeks.
You couldn't see past your hand that was paddling, and you're getting smashed left and right with waves, and there's people kicking you in the face, and you know, you're trying to keep straight and follow direction and follow the cones and trying to keep in line, and you know, just. Oh, it was crazy. And then when we got out of the ocean, we're like, Jesus, that was
mate, you did it. How many people can say they did it? It's like sick, good on you. I couldn't do that shit.
Hands down to the people. You know, there were some big people doing it as well, and you just think, jeez, if you know, I'm half fit. I did it, and it was fucking very hard. The people that really literally threw themselves in the deep end and to do this challenge, it was a massive deal. Like there were people that were near 150 kilos completing this swim. Wow. And we were just looking at them like, geez, I'm busted up. I can't even imagine how you guys would be feeling. Like
exactly. That would be. Yeah. Respect for even trying.
Massive respect. You know, my time, mine been the best in the whole thing, but
it's not about
mate. At the end of the day, you did it. Like, mate, you did it.
You're in the middle.
And then if you were to do it again, mate. Next year,
I'll definitely be doing
it next year, and then you'd be like, oh, I want to beat whatever the time was.
100%, yeah. 100. I definitely were aiming for a better time, but my mate who I did it with, we just sort of kept anthing each other on as we were swimming. Like, come on, let's fucking go, let's do this. And just, you know, just that support right next to you. You know, we said to ourselves we would start together and finish together. So the whole way, just that support. Like we were busted. My shoulder was fucked. It was feeling good on the day, but when we were training, you know, my shoulder was really bad, and I've had a bad shoulder for a while. Yeah. And just swimming, it's just that constant paddle, and you're just losing your balance, and it's just like, come on, let's go, and you know, he was never falling behind. It was more me, and he was picking me up, saying like, come on, like fucking, let's go, like let's do it, like come on.
With a mate, like you push each other.
Oh, it's better.
Like shouting at each other while we're swimming, like fucking go. And then when we were halfway, it was like go. It was just non-stop. It was just a really good motivation. Like if I was by myself, Jesus Christ, I don't even know if I'd finish the finish line, but. No, it was good just having someone there right next to you, just pushing you to go. And it's like, well, they're doing it, you're doing it too. Like, go on. And then they're thinking the same thing. Like, you're kicking on, they're kicking on. So
no, good on you for doing it. And let's go to the next one. What's something you wish was illegal in Australia?
Illegal or legal?
Legal.
You know, fireworks.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Fireworks.
That's cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Fireworks.
It can be you know what my answer is?
Weed.
Yep.
I mean, weed would be
Sam
good,
Frazer.
but like,
mine's for different reasons.
It would just be like more
Sam Frazer Weed Enterprise.
It's just like it just be more
raised weed.
Raised weed.
Fireworks would be pretty sick. Like just go out the front of your house and just fucking light up a firework.
Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. The Reupload weed.
Could be.
Could be a special strain.
The next thing.
It could be a new strain.
There you go. And now, boys, let's move on to this week's W and L's. So what that is, it's a win you've taken this week, and then a loss you've taken this week. So mine, I'll go first. My win, Megan's basketball team.
Yeah, massively.
And then my L, mate, I got stitched up into paying this fat, mate, this parking I've had to pay. Stitched up paying this expensive parking, but you know, it's alright. It's not, that's real. Maybe getting up, I had to get up early, which is, you know, really isn't that bad, but it's really nothing horrible, to be honest. Boys?
I mean, I don't have a loss this week.
It can be something tiny.
Waking up early this morning was a fucking loss.
There you go.
It was working for me this morning.
I worked for Jake today. That was a win and a loss. It was
that's a win for Jake.
It was fun. Like we actually had a good day. So
that's good.
Waking up early was shit, but like He fucking
The
walked
day
to my
was
room at
good.
like 7 o'clock in the morning, which is early for me.
I ripped him out of bed.
He ripped me off. I was like, fuck off. And then we just like it was honestly an enjoyable day though. Like
That's
we just had
good.
fun all day. Had a laugh. Had
That's
moons
what you
going.
want. That's what you want.
I was
So
easy.
it was
I
fun.
was
But give me a
easy
different
doing
win. Give me a different
Yeah.
win. That's not to do, say.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you must have something.
No
Really?
losses in his life.
No losses.
No wins.
No wins this week.
We'll just do that then. Fair enough. And Jake.
Probably a win. Probably a win this week was probably my work Christmas party.
There you go. Love a work Christmas party. Still haven't had mine yet.
Yeah, I got Apprentice of the Year another year, so that was a good mental boost. You know, just
Good
knowing
stuff.
that I'm doing something right, I guess, was a massive thing. And yeah, I got a little reward for it. Little gift from the boss, which was great.
Love that for you.
Yeah, and probably a loss was a massive parking fine that I got from work this week, parking in a truck zone. And
Oh my god.
I might have a ute, but it's not a truck, so I got a big fine for that. So I was absolutely spewing
Spewing,
about it.
yeah.
Just think, fuck, I've just worked all day just to pay this fine,
Yeah.
sort of thing. But nah, it is what it is.
Oh,
What can
mate,
you do? It's
move on.
my fault.
I mean,
man, so.
yeah. My win was finishing the majority of my accreditation.
Well, there you go. There you go.
That's the win, I guess.
So that's it, boys. Thanks for being on. And you guys want to quickly shout out anything you want to say that's in the that might be out. People might want to see.
Shout out to Sam for doing the potty.
Massive shout out to Sam.
Mate.
There's not many people.
Not many people have the courage. To
There's
do
not
that.
many people like Sam that actually give, he doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks. At the end of the day, the most genuine, kind, loving person you ever meet in your absolute life.
I'm gonna cry. Fuck.
Honest to God, you get a lot of cunts out there that, just, go out of their way to make people's days worse. And, Sam's one of those people that, just wants to do what he wants to do and gets shit done. And, he doesn't care what anybody thinks. And, it's great that he started up a podcast. And I think it's fucking unreal.
No, I appreciate that
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
like I couldn't name anyone else that I know that's like done
Exactly.
a podcast and had like
Who
guests
else can
on,
do
like,
it?
And
Oh,
like
mate.
you've got to like what seventh
mate, it's
episode,
seventh,
so
mate, and
it takes
it's,
a lot of courage to do it.
planning
so.
already planning next week's, and then the week after we plan soon.
Yeah.
And no, it was
there's
great.
there's a lot that goes into it behind the scenes
Oh,
as well.
man.
Like the fucking money that's been
equipment,
put in, the equipment to set up everything has been. I haven't heard the end of it. It's so costly, and everybody has to start somewhere. And
100.
even like saying Joe Rogan, he started somewhere. He would have started in a little room or whatever. Like
No, you would have exactly.
I mean, you gotta start somewhere now.
I'm blessed to be able to have this space, and I'm blessed having you guys on because this is the one I want. Obviously, I've loved everybody's been on, but this is the one I.
We've been speaking about it for like months.
Mate, when this was
Yeah.
first planned, Will was meant to co-host, and he will co-host some of the episodes in the future.
Yeah.
And have you guys on finally. We've been talking
We'll
about forever.
definitely be back on it again.
Oh no, they will. Both of them will be on. Yeah, no, but
100%. This isn't the last podcast.
oh no, 100%. But
Definitely not.
Your Instagram is what is it? Will Frazer underscore something
My
like that?
name, yeah, it's Will Frazer.
No, there's no. Oh, with another R.
3 hours.
With 3 R's, and then it's Jake of all trades.
Jake of all trades.
And then, me, Sam _ Fraser _ and then go check out the Reupload Instagram, the Raise Entertainment Instagram. If you're watching this on audio, go check out the Raise Entertainment YouTube. And if you're watching the video, go watch it on audio on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I'm Sam, and this is Will and Jake. And
That's
we're
it.
out. Oh, wait, no, new one.
That's a fucking wrap.
Wait, the new one. So the question, this new thing I started last week, the question of the podcast, what is your best achievement of the last 2 years? So I'm talking the COVID years. What's your best 2 achievements? Best achievement. And please put in the comments and let me know. Because that tells people if they've been watching or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
That's a wrap.
But boys, thanks for being on. And I'm Sam and we out. Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
I was fucking